Just give it a second to see, make sure we got notifications. If we don't have notifications, we might leave this for tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Hello? It's okay. Oh, okay. It started late. Something was kind of weird. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo está? Bienvenido. Oh, the notification just went out. Okay. Just give it a second, man. How you guys doing? Welcome to the late night stream. Bro, look at me. I was checking out this chick's TikTok, right? I was looking at it because this chick posts a lot, man. Esta mujer tiene mucho tiempo en su mano. Tiene mucho tiempo. Tiene que encontrar algo que hacer más que esto. Porque le va a costar ahora dinero. Mira, Rebecca Schofield ordered the murder of Kaylee Madison. This chick straight out saying in her little captions and stuff, like with 100% assertiveness, that shit got 194,000 views. And the thing with this, let me tell you something, bro. And we'll see. We got notifications going on. Let me tell you something, man. I was kind of looking and I was scrolling, right? This chick got a lot of videos, bro. Like, damn, she's got a lot of time on her hand, bro. She's been accusing this lady for a long ass time, bro. You got nothing better to do? All this shit, Rebecca, part 4, part 5, part 6, 7, 8. God damn. So I figured let's try to start, and she's over here too. Just coming hard for this lady, I guess. Rebecca Schofield. Rebecca is remorseful for ordering the murder of the. She's straight out saying this teacher ordered the murder. Rebecca Schofield will spend the rest of her life in prison. Yeah, you gotta be nuts to be doing some shit like this. Rebecca Schofield is going to prison for murder, bruh. You crazy as shit. So with this chick, I don't even know where to start. I don't know if we should just focus on the Rebecca videos, because she has a lot of videos. It's crazy. Well, I guess we can start. Let's see, how far down? I guess I'll move up here. iCkEdMeL, you're next.
Solving Mysterious Deaths, Episode 8, Uncovering the Four.
Okay, so here she started covering.
So to categorize it, the University of Idaho students were killed due to domestic violence. One of the killers was broken up with. And then that killer propositioned the one to carry out the murder. You do this, I give you that. So to categorize it, the university...
Okay, let's see.
So I started off with finding out the relationship Kaylee had with the killer first, but I want to talk about Madison first. Madison, the killer was jealous of Madison. It says, what goes around comes around. Defending their territory, eager to knock her down and take her spot. Someone believes that her
is that where she's looking at the cards right now, the tarot cards?
Position should be theirs, but Madison deserved the right to be there. So I wonder if Kaylee and Madison were dating or close friends, but whatever relationship they had, the killer who orchestrated this was not happy with it. Whatever Kaylee and Madison had going on with their friendship or relationship, it seemed to be something that was long term. But the killer didn't realize this. From a distance, the killer felt like it was nothing. But maybe they had made a trip to a hometown, or something happened. Either they went to Kaylee's hometown, or somewhere, and the killer was able to see them together, and this bothered the killer. Madison was confident, wise, smart, independent, and very respected by others. A key word that keeps coming out in this reading regarding the killer is...
Oh, so she's actually getting her information from the readings. I mean, look, I know that's a thing for the people online and stuff like that, this reading shit, but when you're starting to like straight out accuse people, like saying they're involved in the murder, that tarot card shit's not gonna hold up in court. Kitty, thank you so much for the super chat. Tiffany, thank you for the stars. Bria, thank you for the super chat.
Is respect. To this, the killer who orchestrated this, respect was major. Respect and admiration from other people, major key for this killer. This killer did not like that Madison had the respect and admiration of others.
I mean, right there, it's fine or whatever. I guess, she's not like, it's where she starts accusing.
Zaina and Ethan were not targeted, but were killed because they were there. It appears that the killer did not expect so many people to be there and was a little worried at first. Because they were targeting Madison and Kaylee, but it was so many people there, the killer needed to make a decision. What do I do with these other people who are witnesses? By other people, Zaina and Ethan. The killer was driven by, again, stability, needing a place to stay, wanting to be in school, restoration of stability. It seems Ethan was set apart from the group. He may have even tried to talk the killer down. He was like trying to figure out a solution for everyone. The killer had him hostage, but then the killer killed him, left him for dead. Pure momentum is what helped the killer get all of them. It was like he just went after all of them. Pure momentum.
Somebody said the trial's gonna be lit.
Back into...
So I'm just listening to this because I want to get a little feel for where she's, and like this type of stuff is just, I guess it's speculation. Even though she's speaking it as a fact, it's just speculation. I'm more concerned, and I want to get to the part where she starts. I've seen the captions of her videos straight out saying this teacher killed these kids. But
stable housing,
just to see where we're at.
He was detached from his quote-unquote community, so he could have been detached from the school, and he just really needed security and stability, a place to stay, a comfortable place to stay while he was in school. And this was his solution for that. He wanted to follow his dreams and was willing to kill for it. It says he was rewarded with a comfortable place to stay and plenty of food and room. So the killer, if they're looking for a killer, they would look for somebody who was initially kicked out of the dorms or something like that, and then now has miraculously got a place to stay. So the killer who orchestrated this, who hired him to kill the others, when it comes to Zainab and Ethan, it was like a decision needed to be made, like really waiting, trying to make a decision. Not really wanting to get caught obsessing on what he or she may lose. Again, not wanting to get caught. And someone made the quick decision to just kill everybody. It says, what does it say? Trying to get away before the others can get him. Pure momentum cannot be stopped. After he kills everybody, goes back to school, potentially drives back to school.
So I guess she does readings from what I can see here, I guess. The killer who paid to have Kaylee murdered, okay.
So the killer that orchestrated the murder saw Kaylee and the breakup as a problem. He was calm on the outside, but
I noticed too with these people that like concoct shit. Like and I've seen a lot of these crazy people online do it. After like their shit starts not to make sense or starts to unravel, they just have to keep going like crazy or like further down the hole, because if not, then it's like the truth will come out, or the truth of like that what they're saying is just not true,
looking for solutions on the inside. I'm just gonna say she, because I think it's a she. She felt like the situation was complicated due to the restriction. So she felt like there was a restriction placed on her beyond her capabilities, which makes sense if it was a teacher and a student. She felt like that restriction was too much, and she needed a solution because she had already did it. She needed a solution. Meanwhile, she reaches out to the killer who executed it, like, luck is on your side. This is what you can do to get back into school, to have stable housing. But really, she was like worried over nothing. It said that she was risking losing sight of what's important in her life By focusing.
All right, let's move on to this shit. Gonna bore me to death. I mean, I already get the rhythm. Let's move on to the topic of it. You know, when she starts going for Rebecca. Ooh, I think this might be this. Oh, this is the star right here.
This is the teacher who potentially had
Oh wow.
the 4 Idaho students killed. She's
Oh my god.
The execution.
Wow.
As you can see from here, she may have been a part of LGBTQ community, and she may have dated Kaylee.
What?
Or wanted to. This is the teacher who potentially had the 4 Idaho students killed. She's the one who ordered the.
Bruh. What happens to her? Why the murder? When the murder is found, this is literally a serious case of libel. She can sue you. How did you come up with this? Are you serious? Where are you getting this info from? Was this teacher announced as a suspect? She said no. Bruh. When was this announced? Bruh. Like, how do you come up with this shit and you're speaking it? She's still trying to cover herself in the first video. Let's see. All right, let's keep going.
Synopsis of who killed the University of Idaho.
Oh, do you guys need me to bump the volume up a little bit too? I didn't realize it looks like it's kind of low for you guys. Let me bump it up a little bit. Bruh. So I wanted to try to establish a little bit of a baseline. That's why I played the other videos first, just to see where she's getting her stuff from, and I guess it's from her readings. And so now we're moving into the lawsuit thing and we're seeing some of the videos where this teacher saying she's being falsely accused.
Students and why. Their murder was ordered by Rebecca Schofield.
Wow.
Her targets were Kaylee.
Bro!
Rebecca was highly interested in Kaylee. She spent a lot of time fantasizing and thinking about her. They may have had some sort of fling. But ultimately, because of stubbornness and inability to see eye to eye, they broke it off. When they broke it off, Kaylee and Madison were seen together, and Rebecca did not like this because she felt that it could cause her trouble. She could get snitched on for dating a student. She was so consumed and worried about losing respect, admiration, and her possessions that she hired the killer to carry out the murder. The killer did it simply for money and to be back into school and so that he can finish his studies. He was previously in trouble and may be kicked out of housing. Brief synopsis of who killed.
Wow. So this chick is talking about when she's talking, she's stating this shit as a fact. It blows my mind how these people online, because it doesn't take, you don't have to have like any kind of legal backing. All it takes is some common sense. Yo, like some common sense. You don't know, but you're stating it as a fact. And I guess in your head, you believe it. It's like they should make case studies of these people online. Because I don't know. And I don't even want to say mental health sometimes because I feel like it's giving these people a cop-out.
So the reading that I did on his arrest and her arrest, 2 totally different readings. It looks like he will be put to justice way before she does. They will be slow in arresting her. She's going to first go to another job. She's going to leave her current job and start writing. She's going to focus on her writing and she's going to isolate herself. So she's going to leave. That's after she backstabs the killer. She's not going to live up to her promises for him. I mean, she can't. So it's a change of plans. That's when she's going to get out of Dodge. She'll be isolated and...
What's kind of crazy to me too, but one of the things that I don't understand, like with TikTok, you hear these people... I have a TikTok, but I don't really use it like that. I mean, I sometimes post, but I don't really. I'd like to get more active, but it's kind of hard to space myself out everywhere because my focus is YouTube and Facebook mostly, and Discord and somewhat Twitch. But anyway, you hear these people that like they get their accounts banned or their videos banned or like their videos taken down. But over here, with all this crazy shit, nothing gets taken down.
And some
it's promoted in the algorithm
somewhere. She's gonna focus on her writing, her books. She's gonna get a lawyer, but she's still gonna lose her case.
So she did predict the lawyer thing, I guess. She's gonna get a lawyer.
Writing her books. She's gonna get a lawyer, but she's still gonna lose her case. She's gonna go to jail while her trial is pending. The final verdict will reveal that she's guilty and that she wasn't the person that everybody thought she was. See the zombie? It may take a while for this all to happen. So the reading that I did on...
I wonder if this chick is watching this live stream. And she didn't. And this chick, as we get closer and closer, we're working our way up. I didn't watch the latest videos, but she's double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, or is that a thing? Whatever, downing. We watch this one. Jesus, let me mute this. Rebecca Schofield fantasized about Kaylee. She then acted on her desire and pursued Kaylee romantically. The romance abruptly ended. Rebecca suspected Kaylee was dating Madison. Like, who? Oh, you get. I just. It's like so hard for me to wrap my head around these nuts. That's what I can't even call it anything else. 5. She was afraid she'd be exposed for dating the student. Co-murder of 4 University of Idaho students. And this has been going on and they got 200K views. This other one got 200K views. This other one got 235. So she's pulling up school policy. In order to foster healthy professional relationships at all levels of the institution, it is policy of the University of Idaho that no employee shall enter into or continue romantic or sexual relations. She over here doing weirdo shit, okay? Pulling up the school policy. With a student or employee over whom she or he exercises academic, administrative, supervisory, evaluative, counseling, or other authority. The policy recognizes that circumstances may develop. Well, whatever. You get the idea. I'm going to go through the whole thing.
Consequences for her actions. Rebecca's thoughts about receiving consequences for her actions, about dating a student, whatever she had going on with Kaylee, it was all in her head. Kaylee wasn't thinking about her. So everything she was going through, worried about what was about to happen to her, these were all negative energies and thoughts that were playing in her head. It was self-criticism. It was her own thoughts that got the best of her. And she took her own thoughts out on Kaylee and Madison and the other 2 students, Ethan and Zaina. At the end of the day, Kaylee may not even have said anything about whatever happened between them. Rebecca's thoughts.
That is just crazy, bro. That there's people out there. And then you got to think about, like, imagine dating somebody like this, like the type of shit that they would do to you. Or imagine having a child with this person. Imagine the type of shit this woman would concoct against your ass. You know, like just make shit up. Wow. Where did we leave off at? We saw the school policy. We did this.
So the reading starts off with being confident in your own skin and enjoying being alone. Then it goes to a celebration, and during the celebration is like a celebration of life, and soon you're...
All right, so this lady literally is getting her information from the cards, and her accusations are from the cards. All right. To those of you who sent my videos to the co-killer, so she's speaking here in absolutes and as if it's a fact. That's how this, to me, how I interpret it. She's a crazy fucking person. 700,000 views. Okay.
People keep saying they've reported and emailed my post to the killer, Rebecca Schofield. And by killer, I mean the killer of the 4 Idaho college students who ordered their execution. You have to realize that I don't just do this for clout or because I have an opinion. I have a gift. I have the ability to read into minds, read into past events, and into the future. So know that I'm not worried about you reporting to the killer. I know what she's going to think when she sees it. I know what she's going to do. And I know why she did what she did. She's very paranoid, anxiety-prone personality. Her paranoia is what led her to ordering the execution of Kaylee and Madison. She has severe control issues. She was so worried about her reputation, her accolades, her respect, her possessions. But she's going to lose it anyway because she went about it the wrong way. People keep saying they've reported and emailed my post to the killer, Rebecca Schofield. And by kill,
This is crazy. I'm pretty sure, and I'm hoping that these people have downloaded all these videos off her TikTok. I'm assuming they do, in case one day she gets some sort of moment of clarity.
well, Rebecca Schofield, the one who murdered the four
And this chick is like obsessed, bro. You can tell. Like, and that's what I notice about these people too that do this shit. They're like obsessed, bro. Like, people don't have like a life. Obsessed.
College students see my videos, she's going to realize that it's very hard to outrun consequences of her actions because they seem to never stop. She's going to try not to panic and rush her decisions, and she's going to plan her escape.
Wow, how
she's going
great.
to feel like she has options.
I cannot imagine dating this chick. Yo.
And she's going to try to keep a level head. She's going to be relieved that the person who is in the middle of the gossip is not someone she knows, but she'll still feel a little betrayal. She's relieved to see that it appears that
Who's this person? I believe you. You gotta wonder about these people too. I believe you. Yes. Yeah. Preach.
People, although are hearing what I'm saying, are not taking me seriously. That's what it appears, though. Then her plan that she had with the killer is not going to go through. It's not going to work out. Then she's going to feel like she's running out of options. Then the killer who executed the murder is going to come out of hiding. But he'll feel stuck as well as he tried to plan his escape.
So she's saying her theory, her cockamamie theory, she ordered a hit and there's somebody else that did the killings, according to her.
The second killer involved in the murder of the 4 Idaho college students is Kaylee's other ex, Jack DeCour. It appears that Jack had issues with money and survival, possible issues with shelter. Jack did it because he was single-minded, focused only on the end goal, which was to accomplish his goals. He felt like this murder-for-hire proposition would help him meet his other life goals and overcome life's challenges. Bliss and prosperity, so many things were promised to him. He wanted to make sure there was an equal exchange. So basically, because he was going through a hard time accomplishing...
Clout is a terrible disease. Somebody said, I believe her. You lost your mind. Oh, what's wrong with you? You lost me at murder for hire. Hun, you need to say this is a theory before you get sued. I don't know how these people don't have like any kind of sense.
His goals and finishing his schooling, this was a solution for him. It was promised that if he killed these people, that his problems would disappear and that he would have a better chance to build for the future. It was a sacrifice for him to leave the past behind and to work towards his future.
Okay. Kaylee and Madison called Jack 10 times because they saw him. Look at this shit. Now she's saying...
These are the 2 people who partnered to kill the 4 University of Idaho college students. Rebecca Schofield, Associate Professor and Chair of the History Department, and Jack DeCour, Kaylee's ex. These are the 2 people who partnered to kill the...
Wow. This was 11:25, bro. So, like, we got a bit to go. Wow. Let me just move this back on screen. And that video 600,000. 600,000. So that type of, and these other shits 2.5 million. So this is like, she's already knowing there's these crazy accusations is getting her views, I guess. 600K here, 500K there.
So I was interested in knowing more about the partnership between Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour to see how they came together to plot and execute the murders of the 4 Idaho college students. Again, her paranoia about being caught up with whatever she had going on with Kaylee is what led her to do this. So she reached out to Jack, maybe even made a phone call to him. So before she was the chair of the history department, she may have been a guide for arts major or some type of other major, arts entertainment, that he was a part of, and that's how they connected. Anyway, she made a phone call to him, and he was unsure. He was like, is this her? It was like a mysterious woman, but she obstructed his path. She blocked him. He didn't say nothing until he was sure, but it was her. She offered him so many promises. It says a chance for a new life, a chance to grow on a stronger foundation, opportunities, A chance to start again and start anew. To give him necessary resources.
And you know what? When those cops said that, like, yeah, we're gonna take criminal action or some BS to people that do whatever, I don't believe that shit. It sounds nice. It sounds nice, but they never really do shit about that stuff, and it's kind of like, I guess it's more of a civil thing. I gotta do nothing about that stuff, you know.
Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour's murder for hire partnership is going to take a turn. Remember, Jack only did it because he wanted to further his goals, further his education, be put on a solid foundation so that he could achieve whatever career path he wanted to achieve. She was supposed to set him up for success, comfortably.
I don't know what you're on, but that shit is crazy.
But she's not going to live up to her promise, and he's going to feel betrayed. But he's going to wear a face of contentment and say he's not a victim, that he chose to do what he did. But underlying energy that he'll have is anger. She's not going to be able to handle the criticism well. That's why she's going to instinctively just focus on herself and focus on protecting herself and not living up to her promise to him. When Jack doesn't get what he wants, he's going to seek wise counsel, either from an attorney or a parent, somebody who's wise. At that point, the partnership is just completely dissolved. He feels like he did all the work and she did nothing. So he's going to speak his truth from the heart. Unexpectedly.
This chick, like, had she, like, changed a little bit of her verbiage, she might have somewhat been able to kind of cover herself, but, like, she's just bold and just kind of crazy with it, y'all. Like,
y'all are really doing too much. This crime is still being committed. The killer still hasn't been rewarded for his actions. Why would you send my videos to her so she can make a change to her plan? She know I'm not lying. And so
she's talking about this Rebecca.
So if I put out a video projecting what's to happen next or projecting that someone is going to say something, why would you send it to her? If you don't believe me, that's one thing. But to send my videos, you've now put yourself in the crime. You're now helping the killer. Now I'm only going to post on the events that already occurred, not what's to come.
Wow.
So I did a reading on Madison's boyfriend or close friend, Jake. And he had nothing to do with this crime. He's heavily grieving. Y'all talking about Jack is grieving. It's actually Jake that's grieving, even if he puts on a brave face.
Okay.
When I did Rebecca Schofield's reading and realized she ordered the murder of the two, but that turned into 4 college students at the University of Idaho, I didn't quite understand why she did it for respect and admiration. Like, I was like, what is this respect and admiration that she cares so much about and why? But then I see the people in the comments and I'm like, okay, it's saying that she's loved and respected in her community. But why would she let it get to her head so much, even though it's a lot? Why would she let it get to her head to the point where she was willing to kill for it? When I did Rebecca.
And so this has just been going on like relentless, dude.
Jack DeCour is so clever and manipulative that he has the parents of the people he killed believing him.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I did a reading on Jack DeCour because people are so hell-bent on saying that he's innocent. So let's see what the spirit says. He is clever and manipulative. He is caught by his own schemes and has to pay dearly for them. And I'm looking down at my notes. Y'all always say, she's reading. I take notes.
I really hope people, like, I don't know, man, start kind of using their brain a little bit. Because you see this shit, and it's not just this chick, but you see a lot of these types of people online. Even some of the people doing readings and shit. I mean, some people, they're kind of, there's people out there that are kind of, they try to be cautious or whatever. You know, or at least put some sort of, like, I don't know, disclaimer, like, hey, this is just my theory, or I don't know. But then you do see people like this as well. And it's not just these people, but it's the people that follow them and just like, oh, yeah, wow, this is amazing. Oh, my God, yeah. No, yeah, they solve crimes. It's kind of like, what? You know? But she, in her thing, she's actually getting called out. You can see people really kind of calling her ass out on this shit.
This was him the night of the murder. This is him attacking his victims. All 4 college students at the University of Idaho. Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, Zaina. This is what he was doing to them. He was willing to fight to the bitter end so he can live well, so he can follow his dreams. They need to take his passport so he don't go anywhere too. He was eager to do this, willing and eager, reckless and unafraid, wants to claim the future he desires. Him and his partner communicated with each other very well. They believe that communication is key. They need to find out how they communicated, him and Rebecca Schofield. I'm going to do a reading next on why Jack DeCour was able to trick the parents. But what I need to say right now is they need to open their eyes. Their own daughter left them a clue. Believe your daughter over this liar, manipulative killer.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let me try to move on a little bit to
So now we're playing dictionary again. So yes, I said the killer still hasn't been rewarded for his actions. You know, Jack DeCour, the killer of the 4 Idaho college students who was hired. Now let's look up the definition for reward. To make a gift of something to someone in recognition of their services or efforts. To show appreciation.
What's that thing that they have for like guns, right? When somebody's like going through a mental crisis, can they just take your gun away? Red flag laws. They need to do that for social media. Shouldn't they come up with some sort of law, some sort of conservatorship shit? They just take your shit away. They just disable your shit.
Receive what one deserved. Rebecca Schofield hired Jack DeCour to kill the 4 Idaho college students. The reward would be what he agreed to do the plan for, meaning he was to receive something if he killed Madison and Kaylee, which then turned into Ethan and Zana as well. Yes, it's still considered a reward, even if it's for...
All right, we get it. Jesus. This is what was referenced in the lawsuit. I feel bad for this lady though, man, because I could imagine you just, a regular citizen, just being targeted, just working at a job. Like, I mean, us YouTubers, this type of shit happens, and it somewhat comes to territory. Not that it's right, but then just to do it to completely just random, like they don't have shit to do with shit, and just turning their life upside down, and then just be relentless with it, nonstop.
Look into Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee's relationship with each other, because I'm like, what did she do for Kaylee that she felt was so bad that she had to order her murder and the murder of the 3 other University of Idaho college students? It looks like they may have partied together, fraternization, camaraderie, good times, right? And it looks like there could have been other people around too. So there are other people who know about them. But potentially the other person may have been Madison, which is why she was killed as well. So I asked, what did she do for her? And somebody in my comments mentioned the Range Rover. And these 2 cars alluding to a ride, to travel, a chariot. So she either paid for flights or she helped her pay for this vehicle. By she, Rebecca Schofield helped Kaylee in some way with rides, a vehicle, or travel. There may have been some issues with financial aid or something like that, Kaylee may not have wanted to get too many loans or financial aid, and so Rebecca was a solution for that. So this says setting up on a solid foundation, giving opportunities, money. So it could even been she did work for the school. Maybe she had a hand in helping people get money for their studies or opportunities to get money for their studies and their housing so that they could be set up on a solid foundation, which is the same thing she promised the killer, Jack DeCour, if he executed the murders. But when she seen Kaylee and Madison, this says cheating. Well, she assumed there was more, and she felt like she was a helping hand to Kaylee so much that she could get in trouble or caught. This says cheating. People are saying that she's married. I haven't looked into that. But some type of cheating. Either she felt like Kaylee was cheating or that she was cheating and would be caught for cheating. The energy of cheating is there. Somebody was cheating. It wasn't Kaylee, though. Kaylee didn't owe her nothing. And that's what led her to this anxiety-prone decision.
These videos are great. I love getting to the bottom of things. Really? She got likes. Oh shoot.
So I took a deeper look into cheating is there. Somebody was cheating. It wasn't Kaylee though. Kaylee didn't owe her nothing. And that's what led her to this anxiety-prone decision. Paint this picture. She's thinking about it all the time. She's having anxiety. She's having nightmares. She's having fears that she's going to lose her legacy, that she's going to lose her job, that she's going to lose money, that the people that she's leaving the legacy behind to are going to be suffering because of her actions. So she makes this quick, impulsive decision to have them killed, which ultimately ended up being all 4 University of Idaho students.
She's saying all this stuff with a straight face too. If you guys could help me out with the like, please, I'd appreciate that. Helps out the stream and the algorithm. We're on super late, freaking almost 2 a.m. I was supposed to be planning tomorrow's stream tonight, but I guess in the morning I'll plan tomorrow night stream. But I just saw that lawsuit. Jazz pointed it out to me. Appreciate that. And then I went and looked up on the website to get the actual court documents, and I was just kind of blown away. And maybe this lady thought, this TikToker thought that like she was gonna do all this shit. Maybe this person was just gonna, not say anything or whatever.
It's interesting that Rebecca Schofield is in Harvard to start Better series. This is for people who are committed to making a positive difference in communities, not for people who ordered the murder and execution of 4 innocent college students. It's interesting that Rebecca.
Bro.
I think because y'all do anything for clout that you assume that I'll do anything for clout. I don't care about these fake followers. These are owned by TikTok, not me. I'm not getting paid for any of this. Barely even getting recognized for it. I
thought TikTok you can make money or something. I know there's monetization options. I don't make anything on there. I think I turned it on, but I don't know. I don't make anything. I don't know how that works on TikTok. I don't know if it's a select few of people or like how exactly that works.
am giving. I have yet to receive. So when you're saying I'm doing this for clout, I'm trying to find what is the clout doing for me? What is it doing for me, and what clout? I think this is crazy, and this is why you simply cannot just leave it up to the police. So this is the list of people that the police have cleared. On the list is a man that Kaylee and Madison called numerous times in the hour before their death. Jack, right? Jack Ducour, however you say his name. He's the killer, but they've cleared him. They want y'all to not listen to nobody else but them, official reports, but they've cleared the killer. This is crazy, and this is why you simply cannot just leave it up to the police. So
I hope they shut our shit down. It'd be nice. I don't know if they will, but shut our TikTok down.
For the comments saying, get the help you need, blah, blah, blah. You're so crazy. Seek psychiatric help. Whatever. Don't y'all realize that I don't care what y'all have to say because I know that I'm right? But even if I was crazy, I still wouldn't care what y'all had to say. For the comments.
Right, girl. You're right. You got to wonder about these. I always wonder about these people in the comments. I miss so much. I want a reading. So true, girl. You do you. Don't let them tell you anything. I listen. Facts. Facts. Get help. You are the help. These people are lost, man.
If you're really worried about being misled about things via social media or anything, say this mantra. I guard my mind against misinformation. I guard my spirit against misinformation. I guard my emotions against misinformation. I guard my actions against misinformation.
Maybe she might really have some issues or something. And this was just fucking egregious. I saw this when I was scrolling. Oh, did I lose it? Let me back up because I lost it. Okay.
Hey, so as I was answering your question, the spirit revealed even more to me about what happened that night between the killer, Jack DeCour and Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, and Zaina. So it's this narrative out that they were sleeping when they were attacked, didn't see it coming. That's not true. They were held hostage, they were prisoner, and they were actively looking for solutions to getting out of this situation. One of the solutions was to use his manly desires and desire for Kaylee and desire for enhanced sexual experiences to get out of the situation as a solution. Together, they were going to help him accomplish that as a solution. So now I'm going to have to dig deeper to find out what happened. But a lot more happened than what they are saying. Hey, so at this point, we have to question everything that has been put out regarding the murder of the 4 Idaho college students. So they were saying that there was no forced intercourse involved with this murder.
That's not what they said. They said there was no sexual assault. What?
Of the 4 Idaho college students. But it was. It wasn't traditionally the traditional way to force. Hey, so at this point, we have to question everything that has been put out regarding the murder of the 4 Idaho college students. So they were saying that there was no forced intercourse involved with this murder of the 4 Idaho college students. But it was. It wasn't traditionally the traditional way to force intercourse. Instead, intercourse was used as a means, as a solution, but it was under duress. It was under a hostage situation. And I'm not sure if it's legally considered this way, would still consider that forced intercourse. Because if somebody is doing something forcibly to get, or if they're doing something to get out of a negative situation, you put them in, like hostage, murder, potential threat, that sounds like forced intercourse to me. And before you ask about DNA, he held back. So,
oh my god, this chick is like disgusting, dude.
This new information I discovered regarding the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students just got me so hyped. The narrative that is put out that they were just sleeping and died in their sleep, like no one fought him off, or only Zaina had defensive wounds and stuff like that's cap. I don't know why they're saying it. And what I've learned from my spiritual investigation is that Ethan fought back. Ethan attacked him and tried to defend everyone. The girls used the power of seduction as a solution. Ethan sneak attacked him during that time. This idea that they just laid there defenselessly being killed isn't accurate. So Rebecca Schofield didn't have any animosity.
So back to Rebecca.
Apparent animosity with Zaina or Ethan. It wasn't a part of the plan to have them murdered. But it became a part of the plan as the crime was being executed and they were there and witnesses. It couldn't have been done without them knowing. I know they're making it seem like it was a quiet house and he went in and killed
She'll be hashtagging her name too and everything.
them in their sleep. That's not what actually happened. All 4 of them were awake at some point and being held hostage while he was there. Eventually, they were separated into 2 different rooms. He contacted Rebecca Schofield that night, so there was some communication. He had some type of phone with him that enabled open communication with him and Rebecca. She was well aware. He kept her well aware of everything that was happening. Together, they decided it would be best for them to be killed for security reasons. So it was for peace of mind. So Rebecca Schofield.
She goes on a tirade about the Migos and take off for a while, it looks like. And then back to...
So the roommate is the oxymoron of this murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. The narrative that he committed this murder and everything was so quiet, it isn't true. So they had to hear something, and they did. So while the murder was taking place, they heard it, and so they decided to just hide and be very silent to protect themselves. When it was quiet, they would think, what's going on? They would get scared, like he was coming after them. I asked, why didn't they call the police if they knew the murder was happening? And it said conformity. They were compliant. Jack the Core did look for them, brandishing his knife. While they were hiding, in their minds they could see like images of people being killed or him killing them. They may even have made a plan like if he sees them, that they'll fight back. But they got lucky and he deserted the undertaking. He left. When the truth comes out, they are going to be so embarrassed. It would appear as though they are hidden enemies or that they betrayed their roommates.
Okay, so she continues on going on.
So I did a reading to see if Rebecca Schofield was remorseful for what she did, ordering the murder of the 4 University of Idaho college students. And nothing came out about them. But what came out was degradation and dishonor, worried about her name, worried about her accomplishments, worried about her possessions, worried about the simulation and people finding out who she really is, her real character, worried about a loss of accomplishments.
Look at this. Serious question. Have you reported your intuitions to the tip line so they can look into it? Like, I just don't know. Like, I think others have, but I can too. So like, who knows? I guess her, or maybe she has or she hasn't, and then other people watching or reporting this dumb shit too. There's a few people in the comments that are like, please seek help. Something wrong with you. But they're gonna have to eventually some shit's gonna have to give with this type of stuff. That social media, they're gonna have to make a team. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, it's like millions of people, but they're gonna have to make a team or something to like combat this insanity with these crazy people. Like whatever you have, whatever you're dealing with, doesn't give you the right to do this insanity. Cash, thank you so much for the super chat. Christmas drink for you. Stay safe. Thank you so much, man. Dixie down. Oh Lord, JLO will be live outside Scott Field's home tomorrow. Are you for real? Or are you just kidding? Sugar, I don't know. Is that for real? Leon, wait till she links up with Joseph Morris. I know, right? You'll be great at content. But this chick is straight up blatant with it, though.
Worried about going to jail, losing everything that she worked so hard for, quote unquote. Worried about corruption and treason. Not worried about the lives that were taken. So I did a reading to see.
Let's see.
Let's play dictionary again. So I've been accused of taking liberties. So let's look it up. To treat something freely without strict faithfulness to the facts or to an original. See, the world has trained you all to honor left brain knowledge, a priori knowledge that is logic and evidence-based. So this is why you see the comments about dating the FBI, the investigation and logic and evidence, because the world trains you to think that way. But I am not confined by the restrictions of the ways of the world. I also honor a posteriori knowledge, which is knowledge gained independent of experience. So I'm not limited by a police report. I'm not limited by an autopsy. I'm not limited by what was originally thought to be said. So yes, I am behaving unconventionally because the left brain way of doing things is not working. No, I'm not restricted to what they consider the evidence or facts or logic because I can tap into more truthful resources like spirit. Let's play dictionary again.
And it's still going in on Rebecca.
First of all, I'm not worried about Rebecca Schofield suing me because she will be using her resources to fight for murder cases. She ordered the execution, the murder of Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, and Zaina. Therefore, that's where her resources will be, fighting for murder cases. So since you are so pressed, let's ask the spirit, how many years will Rebecca Schofield get in prison? Okay, so it appears that she's going to lose her job first. Then she's going to go to jail, and while she's in jail, she's going to be either physically and mentally ill or mentally ill, some sort of depression or illness. It looks like she's going to spend the rest of her life.
I think some of these people in the comments need help too, though. So you can tell there's a lot of people in this world that like need help. I'm so invested in your readings about this. These people should be embarrassed. I'm so invested in your readings about this situation. All I gotta say is, who doesn't believe you? Carry on. I wouldn't put my hands on fire for anyone, even people who I know, let alone a stranger. I would really love a reading for you. Tell him, girl. Ask how much you'll be sued for. This content is so disturbing. You call yourself a Christian. Oh, does she? Oh,
in prison, because it then start talking about all these events that's going to happen while she's behind bars. Life events. You know, like the people that she loved previously and was connected to previously, having other children, getting other people pregnant, getting married, stuff like that. She may even have some sort of same-sex marriage in prison.
oh,
First
wow.
of all, I'm not.
Okay. It's
Oh, yeah, I forgot the best part of the reading says that Rebecca Schofield is going to prison whether you like it or not. It says that she's not in control, that you're not in control, that an official person, someone in law enforcement, will be the one giving the orders. Oh, yeah, I forgot the best part of the reading says that Rebecca Schofield is going to prison whether you like it or not. It says that she's not in control, that you're not in control, that an official person, someone in law enforcement, will be the one giving the orders.
Wow. Well, give me 1 second. Let me just remove this. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Spending your life.
Y'all need to stop mistaking your lack of comprehension with my messages. I never said they didn't die in bed. I said it wasn't that simple. It wasn't as simple as Jack DeCour coming in there while they were asleep and killing them while they were asleep. Lots of things happened that night. They weren't sleeping at first. They were all together. At one point, there was even some sexual activity at some point. He separated them because Ethan attacked him while the sexual activity with the other 3 women was going on.
Oh my God.
He attacked Ethan back. He separated Zaina and Ethan in one room and Madison and Kaylee in another. When it was time to commit the murders, he murdered each couple at the same time. He wasn't just stabbing one and the others laying there. He's stabbing them both. Stabbing them both. So yes, they died in bed, but that's not everything that happened that night. That's what I said. And I also said the roommates who were there and unharmed heard everything. Y'all need to stop mistaking.
I guess they're coming for her. When they will announce Jack as a suspect.
All right, so the number 2s and 3s are coming out in this reading, and for the love of God, I'm gonna go with 2 or 3 weeks. The 4 came. It says 2, 3, 4. That's also about processing, getting things done as well. So 2, 3, or 4 weeks, but also going through the process. But I wanna, for the love of God, let's hold on to 2. These cards are so funny. This is how they depict Rebecca. Her like with money. This is how they depict her as a privileged lady. And look how they predict Jack as a poor guy. They predict him as a poor guy and her as a privileged lady. And then the partnership between them two, not marriage, just use the word marriage, but the partnership between them two because of that. What's going to concern them about this case is that she's supposed to be of high honor. So it's stressful and perplexing to them because they don't want to go after someone that is innocent, but she will. And he will have to face the judge. All right, so
Take off. Talking about another case here. She gets back into
you know what's kind of ironic and kind of funny is the last 3 cases that I've done had something to do with people in the LGBTQ community being involved in committing a heinous crime like murder. This one, Josh Guimond, where his roommate Nick had him killed. Nick is gay. I don't know if he's on a down low or what now, but he was on a down low. That's 1. 2, Dejanay and the people that they were with regarding Shanquella Robinson. It was a few, they had a lot going on. That was LGBTQ community there. And who else? That's 3. Rebecca Schofield, the 4 University of Idaho students, LGBTQ as well. And I'm picking these randomly.
Kaylin, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, man, I cheer to all of the normal people out there and wish you all a Merry Christmas. Grizi from Switzerland, thank you so much, man. Cheers. Appreciate that. And I don't know, man, we all have things and stuff, but like this is just like batshit crazy. You know, like this is just like, you know, like this is just another level. Brandon, thank you so much for the membership. Appreciate that. I did a video a couple days ago, so the members should check it out. And I have an idea for a new one that I think will be funny, but probably not until this week. Well, I don't even know this weekend because of Christmas. But LD Bonbon, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Bonbon. Let's see what she's doing here.
Somebody gets so mad at me. Let me show y'all what they did. If you really thought I was crazy, would you really be doing the most like this? Somebody gets so mad at me.
All right, so she's back on Rebecca again.
Somebody asked, how does Rebecca come into play? Sorry, I can't respond to comments right now because I said something true about LBGTQ. Anyway, Rebecca's motive was she had something going on with Kaylee. Whatever she had going on with Kaylee, it was fraternization, potential relationship, trying to be in a relationship with her. She was really interested in Kaylee. They may have even fraternized and spent time together at a party or something like that. Now, Madison, she was jealous of Madison. She saw Kaylee and Madison together. At first, she didn't think it was nothing, but she started to suspect that Kaylee and Madison had something going on more than friendship. This isn't a problem.
I was reading the comments. Somebody said here, everyone making fun of her, but here you are listening and nobody has sued. And somebody said 51 minutes ago, you spoke too soon. That's funny. That lawsuit stuff, though, too, there's a lot of things to that. It's not just open and shut, really.
Problem. The only thing is
this
in her
bro, this is so like holy crap.
Mind, she started getting really bad anxiety and paranoia that because Kaylee and Madison were together and Kaylee and Rebecca was no longer together, they took a break, that this would turn into them telling on her. So she was so paranoid that she decided to order their murder. Somebody asked, how does Rebecca come into?
And then still,
Rebecca's motive continued. Rebecca Schofield, the one who ordered the murder and execution of the 4 University of Idaho students. So basically it was her mind playing tricks on her. She kept thinking about being caught in the repercussions of her actions, that she would lose honor, she would lose respect, she would lose her possessions, she would lose her job. She was so worried about that. I have to take a look into like, was she stealing money from the university or something? Because it just seems like she blew this out of proportion. She had to be doing something more than just dating a student. And I'll look into that.
People are dumb too. Why hasn't she been sued yet? And somebody here says, so if this comes to be correct, what are y'all gonna say then, huh? Because y'all can easily keep scrolling, but you keep watching just to say mean things. So there's people defending her.
That. But anyway, back to her motive. She was so worried that she would lose everything she worked so hard for. So that's why she made a decision to hire Jack DeCour to kill the 2 University of Idaho students, but she was willing to kill all 6. It just so happened that 2 of them were not murdered and Jack DeCour killed the other 4. Now, Jack's motive was not that he was so mad at his ex. It was for money. Rebecca's motive.
I think we watched this one.
I know, because Jack DeCour is the ex, people think, oh, he did this because he was jealous of Madison and Kaylee. Actually, it was Rebecca who was jealous of Madison, Rebecca Schofield. Jack wasn't mad at Kaylee or Madison. Jack just wanted the money. So apparently there was something that happened that interfered with his goals and his dreams. He wanted to be able to pursue whatever goals and dreams he had in life, and Rebecca Schofield kind of fed into that. She sold him a dream. She sold him a promise. You can finish school. You can start your career. I'll set you up on a solid foundation, give him the money he needs. He'll have the housing and the money he needs to finish. And that is what led him to do it. It wasn't because he was so mad at Kaylee or so mad at Madison or the others. It was because he wanted a better life. I know, because
let's see what else we got. We got these 3 here. Still going.
TikTok is just one platform. Therefore, I've created a Reddit. So add me on Reddit if you're on there, where I'll be also talking about Rebecca Schofield's murder plot against the 4 University of Idaho students and other unsolved mysteries.
So she created a Reddit. She wants to spread this thing everywhere. Oh, what is up? Mitch Mitchell. Merry Christmas. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so much. Stacy. Thank you for the super chat as well. Smooth Criminal. Mad respect to you and your team again, Mel. And thanks for being live when we Aussies struggle to find something to watch. Amazing. Merry Christmas. Groover. Merry Christmas, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna be tired in the morning for sure. So she made a Reddit. Okay. Still
People
going back.
keep asking, where did Rebecca Schofield come from? Like, how did I get her name? No, I do not just get random names. I typically don't get random names in my readings. The spirit said it was a teacher involved in the murders when I was doing the reading. And by spirit, I mean my inner spirit. My inner spirit that's not bound by the body. Therefore, even though my body was not there, my spirit can tap into information that my body could not have. So the reading I did alluded to a teacher. And it was ironic to me because it was the same card that was used when I was doing a reading on a Tiffany Valiante commenter. A teacher commented and was talking crazy, and I was like, who is this person and why is she commenting? And it alluded, that same card came out, so I'm like, let me clarify this. So then when I clarified it, history came out, and one of the cards just kept saying history, 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 history. So I looked up the University of Idaho History Department, and Rebecca Schofield was on there. She's the first on the page. So I did readings on each one of them. People keep asking.
So she came to her conclusions by readings. Rishi says here, you need to call the tip line. Somebody said sarcasm, and somebody here said, no, the F she does not. And then somebody said, you need to call a psychiatrist. Somebody said, have you ever been right in your spirit readings? I mean, bro. So I said, I'm hooked. I love this content. Heart, heart, heart. Yeah, it's bro.
So people keep asking me about Food Truck Jack and his role in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. This one was a little perplexing. But what came out was create a duplicate of yourself. You are at the right place at the right time. Just stand here and wait your turn. So you are creating a duplicate of yourself. You're at the right place at the right time. Just stand here and wait your turn. So yeah, this looks like it was a part of creating confusion. I would imagine that Food Truck Jack and Jack the Core is the same person. Something is not adding up. It's not what it seems. So Jack the Core and Food Truck Jack is either the same person and or a decoy. So people keep asking me about Food Truck Jack and
your story changing. Your story as people start suspecting the Food Truck Jack more. Bye, I thought you were real. So here's like they're looking up that teacher. Wow.
y'all have to realize that you're dealing with brilliant people. Rebecca Schofield, very smart. Jack the Core, very smart. That's why they haven't been caught yet. And that's why I was called to do this case. Okay, so one, this filter is cute. Two, I did a reading on Jack show off that school or things did get worse.
So she's defending the other guy.
Jack show off, so it just seems like the recipe for a wrongful conviction. It just seems like he is being framed. So when I got create a duplicate you, that's the energy of someone framing someone else for a crime they didn't commit.
Back.
So many people are asking about the connection of Rebecca Schofield and Jack the Core. First off, let's just take note that Moscow, it seems to be like a very small town. In small towns, when you grow up there, you live there, everybody knows everybody, especially those that are very talented or play a sport. Jack was known for his ability to play tennis very well. Somebody comment this. Thank you so much for that comment, because it's all coming together. So when it was saying that she was promising him a future, she promised that he could play again. For some reason, he was suspended. He wasn't playing, and he had accepted that. and he was just going with the flow. But she opened that eagerness, that inspiration again. She told him he had an opportunity to play. This gave him an eagerness, a will, a determination, and a spark to do anything for it to happen. So I asked the spirit,
damn, bro,
why?
she's still going. Yo, this is December 12th. I mean 5th. Wow. And when I got to the top, when I first got to her page, she's still talking about this shit.
Did Rebecca Schofield choose Jack the Core? It said because the way he was living his life was in a restricted kind of way, and he was unhappy with it. And she had the power to change his situation. She was going to invite him to play. So if you go to the University of Idaho sports page, you will see they have men's tennis. She chose Dr. Core because she knew she could lure him with the opportunity to play tennis for the University of Idaho. She needed to stick to what she knows and what she has power over, which is the University of Idaho and its arenas. It appears that she had 2 people to choose from, 2 men, but she chose. So many people are asking about the connection of Rebecca Schofield and Jack.
Wow, this is just really...
The connection with Jack DeCour and Rebecca Schofield that led to the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, Part 3. So Jack was intrigued by this offer from Rebecca Schofield. It said that it only took 1 phone call to get him on board. He was worried about his friends. Thinking about the offer and thinking about his friends, it kind of was like he wasn't completely happy with either option, because in order for him to play tennis again with the University of Idaho, like Rebecca offered, he would have to kill his friends. So it wasn't a situation where he felt like he could win. But he thought about it and he felt like the rewards were greater than the risk and the benefits were greater than the sacrifice. The idea of going to another college to play was in his mind, but she was like, no, stick to what you know. Take some time to grieve and then wait.
Hey, Truth and Transparency. Thank you for the super chat. Says, did Rebecca ever reach out to Ashley God? Who's Ashley God? Ashley God? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this lady? Ashley God. Who's that? Is it a TikTok person? Ashley God. Ashley is God. No, I don't know who that is. Or are you talking about this Ashley from the... If you're talking about this Ashley, I guess. I guess she did, of course. They sent multiple cease and desist. Yeah, that is her name. Well, so her name is Ashley something. Forget. Oh, Gillard, right? She apparently they say she refers to herself as God too, so maybe, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm like, what Ashley? The one we're watching. Yeah.
I dig a little deeper into Rebecca Schofield and Katie's relationship, quote unquote. It was like a thing that was considered for money. Rebecca Schofield would have been something like a sugar mama. Kaylee made her feel like a kid again, very youthful energy. And she did something for her. She helped her balance her needs, because otherwise that specific need that she had for a woman wasn't being taken care of. Kaylee had limited resources. She wanted to help her friends, but she felt like, I gotta help myself first before I can help anyone else. So she made a decision that she felt was right for her. So Rebecca Schofield was giving her money and offering her money. And Kaylee was really close to Madison, so she opened up to her and told her about the money that she was getting from Rebecca. But I feel like the relationship didn't get a chance to start. The money came first. Kaylee looked at it like an experiment, but it became too much. So I think the little...
It's just great, and these people, I mean, there is people calling her out in the comments, but there's people that just believe this stuff too.
Okay, so Rebecca Schofield was being a sugar mama to Kaylee, giving her money.
Watch this.
Kaylee saw it as an opportunity for her to get ahead. She had limited resources, and this was an opportunity. And also, it was like an experiment. Rebecca liked Kaylee. She made her feel young and bright, vibrant, and also, it was an opportunity for her to balance her needs for a woman. But she may have been pushing too hard because Kaylee needed a break and some time to herself. She just needed to clear her mind. Rebecca Schofield just needed to take this time.
This person said defund psychics. Defund the psychics.
To slow down and appreciate what she has. During this time, Kaylee looked like she was shining. Successful.
Man.
Other people.
You need to ask Alex Jones how it feels to get sued for $1 billion.
People are noticing. She may have even been like shopping. But during the break, Rebecca Schofield was nervous, had anxiety, was worried about being caught, thought Kaylee was going to backstab her, and that's when she decided to plan her murder and Madison's murder. Then she...
This chick said put the pipe down. I'm guessing people are watching this just for what the F are you talking, or what the hell are you talking about? That's crazy, man. Just 360, thank you for the super chat. Respect to you and your patience and your diligence to search and research the truth. Thank you. Oh, this is just a chill night tonight, but thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
If I was so wrong about Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCourt, it wouldn't be all this extra stuff going on.
Stop the madness. If you ever wanted revenge on your ex-wife, Ashley, for how much money she has cheated you, how she campaigned, smeared, trashed your name, played with your emotions, gaslit you, lied to you, manipulated you, made you look like the bad guy, pawned your son against you. Ooh, does she have a kid or something? That's what I'm saying. If this chick, I don't know what this is about, but if this, imagine if having a kid with this person, what the kind of shit that they probably do to you or your kid or whatever. Like, I just can't imagine, bro. Ooh. I feel bad for the guy if that's what happened or whatever. I feel bad for that person, man. The Idaho law enforcement is in need of Ashley's current address in order to serve her with defamation lawsuit. Oh shit! In regards to libel on TikTok, if you were to make an anonymous tip or call and provide the Idaho law enforcement, or if you want to contact the families of the parties Ashley is slandering instead of LE, I'm sure they'd be 100% okay with that. With her current address, I think it would bring immense, probably satisfaction. Thank you for your time. So Lamar, if you've ever wanted revenge on your ex-wife, Ashley, okay, so it's ex-wife. Damn, Lamar, I feel, I don't know the story, man, but like, yo, this right here, anybody watching this, this is to myself too. Take your time, man. Don't rush nothing. Get to know whoever the hell it is you're talking to. Holy shit. How much money she has cheated you, how she has campaigned, smeared, trashed your name, played with your emotions, gaslit you, lied to you, manipulated you, made you look like the bad guy, pawned your son against you. Oof. Let me tell you how, brother. Wow. That's one of the first things we said at the beginning, right? We were just like, imagine. Oof.
Police do their jobs, but it just seems that they're looking at everybody except the actual killers. Somebody commented that they were at Jack Showalter's house doing something. Why are they bothering this man? He didn't do it. He did not kill the 4 University of Idaho students. I also read somewhere that they were looking at sex offenders. Again, looking at everybody except the actual killers, Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCourt. This is exactly why I'm needed.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm just seeing this comment about me doing a live reading. I haven't been live in months. It says that her friend ordered a reading or was the top gifter and would get an hour reading, but maybe she didn't get it. I haven't been live. So y'all gotta watch when you're following a fake page and when you're following the real page. It's so obvious. A fake page is obviously gonna have less followers. I only have this one page and I haven't done readings in months. I haven't done live.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm just seeing this comment about it's obviously gonna have less followers. Let's just say that in months. I have one other page, but it's like totally different from this one. And I haven't been on that one in months either. So beware of fake pages and stop blaming me because you didn't do your due diligence. So I'm just
Snapping.
Come here. Yeah, come.
Oh my god. Check with the crazy music. So this is part of the, says Jack, I killed the 4 University of Idaho students because Becca told me to. This chick is crazy, bro. I mean, just in my opinion, from taking all this, I mean, bro, somebody that's doing this, I mean, unless she's intentionally within her, wow. I mean, just going on a campaign and still going. We're still December 12th. I mean, 7th.
her opportunity to have Rebecca Schofield is the one that ruined her opportunity to have a relationship with Kaylee. Kaylee was actually very excited to move forward. She had the new car, was getting a new place, but Rebecca Schofield was way too controlling. It was an all or nothing attitude. Kaylee cared about her friends, and she did not want an all or nothing relationship and felt like Rebecca Schofield was taking up too much energy. That's why Kaylee took the break. She wasn't even necessarily done because she was mindful of her resources and the life that was going to be provided to her with the assistance of Rebecca Schofield. But she just needed a break because Rebecca was all or nothing, too controlling type of personality and attitude. She may have even been worried about people knowing and where her resources are coming from. Kaylee just wanted equilibrium, a balance between her friends, her old life, and her new life.
Somebody said here, okay, you may or may not be right. Okay. May or may not be right. There's another lady on YouTube confirming there's a love triangle. Male, female might be involved. People who speak in absolutes as if these are facts are the cause of rumors being spread and innocent people being accused and harassed online. It's sad. And this other person, you know what, Ash? I also had a similar vision where females involved in this. But the weird thing is it showed me 2 sides of her. I would love a reading from you, Ashley. Jesus. Better watch yourself.
When they say, should you get permission from the family before you post your videos, whatever. But no, I don't have to get permission from the family because the families can actually impede upon justice and the truth from coming out because of their emotions. They may want to punish everybody that was there or that seemingly were involved because, again, they're emotional and they just want to punish other people so that they can feel better about what actually occurred. Also, they see their loved ones in the most positive light, and sometimes they even see the murderer in the most positive light, and it can impede upon their ability to perceive.
In my head, you my bestie, my new bestie. I love your logic.
And know the truth. So no, I don't get permission. I don't need permission. I got permission from Source. I got permission from God. I don't need the family's permission. They will go, but they will benefit from my work. At the end of the day, they'll be grateful for it, even if it comes later on. Someone asked me to take a second look into Jack Showalter. Again, he did not murder the 4 University of Idaho students.
And so, and let me see. This is 58K.
So I'm doing final readings on the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. And it said after Jack DeCour committed the crime, he did grieve. So when they said that Jack was grieving, Jack DeCour, they weren't lying about that. He is grieving, he was grieving. But he wasn't just grieving because he lost a friend. He did it. It was a sacrifice that he made. He was grieving because that's what he had to do to get what he wanted. But he is.
All right. So I'm just kind of try to stick to, if we can, to the lawsuit stuff, because it's a lot of videos. I don't know. Maybe other YouTubers will go through all this junk. You know, it's exhausting. I'm already tired, but like listening to this woman is exhausting too.
So before the roommates leave Zaina, they tell her they're going to get her the help she needs. But then a decision is made to protect the treasure, to protect each other. It was a risk that had to be taken, so they decided to move forward with the safe and most secure routes, which was loyalty to each other and to take refuge with each other and to be together.
Let's see.
Okay, I shouldn't even be entertaining this, but I want to. So anyway, a lot of people in the comments have been calling me schizophrenic. So I took liberty in looking it up because the people calling me schizophrenic in the comments can't even spell it, I guarantee. So anyway, it says delusions, hallucinations, and so I'm reading some of this stuff. Now, some of this stuff is absolutely ridiculous and that does not apply to me, but I'm reading some of this stuff, and this is exactly why I do not trust the medical industry, nor do I trust mental health professionals. They have literally been programmed by their education in their schools to treat right brain dominant people who are gifted, like they are crazy. So because they lack in the ability to enhance their right brain and they can only learn through programming of the world of their left brain, they treat right brain dominant people like we have a mental health problem instead of acknowledging the fucking genius that we have to offer. So I call myself a genius and suddenly I'm schizophrenic because I can do better than you can. Is it ego? Okay, I shouldn't even be entertaining this, but I want to. So
Yes, ego. More than that, though. I think your readings are dead on. I think God endowed you with many gifts. Thank you for sharing. You are a genius, exceptionally skilled. You're definitely not. People don't know what they be saying. The fact that you think you are God is evidence you are delusional. It's called delusions of grandeur.
Jack DeCour and Rebecca Schofield communicated using the creative arts. Investigators are going to have to be mentally savvy to find the communication link between Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour. Creative arts can be literature, painting, photography, music, dance, theater, cinema, all types of things. But we know that Rebecca's connection to creative arts was in her bachelor's degree in visual arts, but also her books. As you can see, it's like using the creative arts domain can be used as a medium to express ideas, and that's exactly what she did. Smart, I mean, evil because she committed murder, but smart. So they would need to see Rebecca Schofield's connection to the creative arts, literature, anything. And also, Jack DeCour somehow was able to communicate to her through that way as well. It's also ironic that her book, The Experiment, is no longer available. Jack DeCour and Rebecca Schofield communicated. So Rebecca Schofield has a bachelor's degree in visual arts. She's an expert, could be considered an expert in this field. So she knows how to use this field as a means to communicate so that she can avoid verbal communication with Jack DeCour. So anyway, they would need to look at her connection to any literature, paintings, drawings, sculptures, photography, video, filmmaking, architecture, all of this as it pertains to like an online portal or communication or software where not only she could communicate, but she could also share that communication with someone else. So it's like it would be two people sharing ideas regarding a film, but instead of it being a film or literature, it would be her and Jack DeCour actually planning the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. This is the investigative work that's going to be required if they want to catch her. So Rebecca Schofield
Valerie here says, I've been watched every video you have since I woke up at 8:30 a.m. It's almost 3 p.m. Amazing.
Okay, so remember I said a reporter contacted me regarding my postings about Rebecca Schofield
So a reporter contacted her, apparently.
being the co-murderer and Jack DeCour being the second murderer of the University of Idaho students. And she wrote an article about it. So her article is biased, more so protecting the name of Rebecca Schofield. I was wondering which one she was going to be protecting because I didn't really look too deep into it because I didn't care, but her name is on the line and she will be embarrassed for this, especially when the truth comes out. But the article is the spokesman's review, written by Emma Epperly. You can read it, but it's basically about Rebecca Schofield complaining about the videos and the reporter trying to paint me as somebody who's just posting a theory. So basically, she's trying to protect Rebecca Schofield in the article. But she will, when the truth comes out, she's gonna look stupid. Okay, so remember I said Jack DeCour's alibi is not solid. In fact, when this comes back around, if he used anybody to verify his alibi, that's going to come back around to hunt them. They will be confronted for their lies. And Jack DeCour's confession is going to be to protect his family. Jack DeCour's alibi is not. Why is Moscow, Idaho Police Department posting random videos of students, college students who had nothing to do with the crime, instead of actually investigating and interrogating the two roommates who were there and know everything? Serious question. Is Moscow, Idaho Police Department one of the dumbest police departments in America? Seriously. So now they're posting videos of body cam footage from random students who had nothing to do with the crime from the night and the morning of the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students. So they're complaining about innocent people being targeted and harassed, but they're posting more.
Bruh, really? She's talking about this?
Innocent people to be targeted and harassed. Why aren't they interrogating the roommates? You have to be the dumbest police department in America to believe that these two roommates were in the same house where 4 people were brutally murdered and they heard nothing. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room to know that they heard everything. Not only did they hear everything, they had a conversation with Zaina before she died. Stop letting these two go by unscathed and interview them. So, serious question. So I take Adderall, so I had an appointment with a mental health professional. So he's testing my mental agility and he asked me, where's President Obama from? I'm like, not sure where he's from, but he was born in Hawaii. He was like, he's from Chicago. I was like, no, I'm from Chicago. He was like, well, you should know he's from Chicago. How the fuck is he testing me and my mental agility and he don't even have the answers? So I take Adderall, so I had an appointment with a mental health professional. So he's testing my mental.
All those people are going to have to apologize to you, Queen. You need another appointment.
Some of y'all may be wondering why I'm going so hard for the University of Idaho students who were murdered. But you will see when the truth comes out why I'm going so hard. And no, I'm not getting paid for my content. No, I'm not. My videos are not monetized. Some of y'all may.
Okay, so still going on, Rebecca.
And for those of you saying that I'm doing this for money, you gotta really think about it. I'm the only one who mentioned Rebecca Schofield. In fact, I'm probably the sole reason why she's gonna be looked at as a suspect. With that being said,
that's great for court too.
It was a better route for me to make money from this information than just to put it on social media, because social media is not paying me. What I'm saying is true. And Rebecca knows what I'm saying is true because she did it. I could have taken this information and brought it directly to her and said, hey, I have this information about you. I'm willing to release it. You can stop it in multiple ways. I didn't take that route though because I have purpose behind this. Helping to solve this case could also bring light to Tiffany Valiante's case, Tamla Horsford's case, Josh Gimon's case, any case that I've worked on is deeper than Rebecca Schofield, is deeper than me. What I bring to the world is revolutionary, bigger than money. And for those of you saying that I'm
one of
sorry for Jack DeCour, and someone's like, well, how do you feel sorry for him? Listen, I know that what he did was extremely, extremely, extremely wrong. I just resonate with having a powerful dream and passion for something. It's just so unfortunate that he took Rebecca Schofield's bait and he went about it the wrong way. He didn't have to do that, but I understand like feeling like your dream is lost, and I could kind of like tap into that energy of just feeling like your dreams is lost and your dreams won't come true. That's why I feel bad for him, because I really do get being very passionate about your goals and dreams. It's just unfortunate that he thought he had to do something like kill his own best friend and the others to realize his dreams. He really was taken advantage of by Rebecca Schofield. It's just a shame. And I feel sorry for that, but he deserves to be in prison. So I commented that I felt This is for those of you talking about defamation lawsuits that don't apply to me. Long story short, the plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield, would have to provide convincing evidence of a defamatory statement's falsity in order to prove defamation. Rebecca Schofield does not have substantial evidence that she did not kill the 4 University of Idaho students. 1, because they don't have a murderer. 2, she hasn't been investigated and substantially investigated and cleared by the Moscow Police Department or the FBI. She would need both of those things, a murderer, a different murderer, to be investigated.
She wasn't even in the state, what she said. Wow.
Investigated thoroughly by Moscow Police Department or the FBI, and to get a statement from them saying that she isn't the killer, which they're not going to do that because they don't know who the killer is yet. Well, they haven't made it public yet. She does not have proof that what I'm saying is false. She does not have a case right now. She will never have the case because she's going to be caught. This is for those.
Man, it's really interesting to see this. Like,
somebody commented that I must not have nothing better else to do with my time. Helping to solve the murder of the 4 better else to do with my time. Helping to solve the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students is exactly what I should be doing right now. Somebody commented. I'll post a more detailed video, but the white car was used as a viewing point so that Rebecca Schofield can make sure that Jack DeCour completes the murders. She wanted to have a clear view to see where the road may lead. So the roommates were probably smart by staying in the house. So the person in the white vehicle that they were looking for was there for surveillance to make sure that Jack DeCour completed the job. The person in the white vehicle saw Jack leave after the murders were completed. So
I hope that like some of these crazy people can see this too, maybe kind of come to some sort of realization, or I don't know if they just continue on. You know, like at a certain point, does a crazy person call out another crazy, like all right, you've gone too far. Like this is, or do they all just like, you know, agree with this kind of stuff?
Okay, so here's a brief synopsis of why this white vehicle is important in investigation in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. So remember I told y'all that Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour communicated heavily that night to make sure that everything went as planned. There was some concern about the job being too big, too many people being there. So the white car was there to make sure that everything went as planned, and also to offer security just in case it was needed. So she was willing to get her hands dirty as well in the case that it was needed. It just seemed to be a bigger burden than anticipated. She was worried. Rebecca Schofield was worried. So she wanted to look at the situation from the outside, from a different angle, to make sure it all went as planned. Again, felt like it could have been beyond his capabilities to handle the murder of all of them. And she was willing to do whatever it takes to ensure the success of the plan. So she was there for security and backup, just in case. And she watched him run away after it was done. Okay. So the reason why Rebecca Schofield had access to this white vehicle is because there was somebody in her life who had just completed college, a semester or something, and was on a break and came home to visit to recharge. He could have been finishing with school, he could have been finishing with a job. Something had just completed and he was just home visiting. When he was in the bath, Rebecca Schofield sneakily took the vehicle. So when he was in the bath, she immediately left. Again, the reason why she needed to fly off and leave is to make sure that the Jack Decor finished the job properly. The issue was that it was two different groups. The four that were ultimately murdered, Kaylee, Zana, or Zana, however you say her name, I'm so sorry. Kaylee, Zana, Zana, Ethan, and Madison. And the group that was hiding. It was a big job and she just needed to give him the extra security to see it through. But he left the two alive, so he didn't finish the job all the way. So all six could have got it. So more details regarding the owner or renter of this white car that was involved in the University of Idaho murders. So the person who rented it was in town for a weekend or really quickly or for a wellness break. They had a change coming into their life and they were taking a much needed break and also getting advice from a father figure. That father figure could be Rebecca's husband, John. This person has the same name as John, so his name is John too. Rebecca Schofield used the car unbeknownst to this person or while the person wasn't paying attention to go check on Jack Decor to make sure that he executed the murders properly and to be his backup just in case he needed some security. Back to the person who rented or owned the vehicle. They were in town because a change was being made in their life and they just needed some advice, some much needed advice and a break. So they flew in. Who visited them that weekend? This is gonna sound funny, but when I figure out this riddle and what this means, I'll let you know the name. John Jacob Jingerheimer Smith. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingerheimer Schmidt, na 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 na. Now, when I figure out why the spirit gave me that as a clue to what the person's name is, I will let you know. So what I'm thinking before I really know is the same name as somebody else. So it could be another Rebecca Schofield or it could be another somebody somebody in her household has the same name. Hell, somebody has the same name. Is it Ashley? It's somebody with the same name. His name is my name too. So when I figure that out, I'll let you know. So when I quit my job to solely focus on my spiritual journey, I knew that I was pursuing freedom. I knew that I was pursuing entrepreneurship. I knew that I was pursuing spiritual development and enhancement. The promises that were spiritually promised to us if we followed the spiritual path. One day it was a T.D. Jakes sermon. He was like, ask God to make you an answer. So I prayed, God make me an answer. I had no idea this is what would unfold from that. So when I actually need to apologize for calling the Moscow PD stupid. We're literally all working together. Whether it's me doing readings, the people in the comments asking questions, Moscow PD and the FBI putting information out that we otherwise wouldn't have. We're literally solving this together. I actually need to...
all right.
Y'all need to stop asking me dumb questions. Well, why would the person do this? And why would somebody take a vehicle if the other person was awake? And why did this happen? Trying to rationalize a killer's behavior. People do stuff that's irrational. That's why. Why would you kill anyone? Why would you kill students just because you wanted to keep your secret safe when they didn't even tell your secret? Why would you go to gay bars and then pick up gay men and then kill them so that they can be with you instead of getting into a committed relationship with someone who wanted to be with you? Killers don't operate rationally. They operate from fear. They operate from insecurity. They operate from jealousy. They operate from materialism. They operate from control. Now stop asking me these dumbass questions. Y'all need to stop asking me dumb questions.
Well, let's see. The white vehicle.
Okay, so to continue about the white vehicle that was involved in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, Rebecca Schofield needs to return the vehicle but she doesn't want her name tied to it. Again, because that would tie her not only to the vehicle, but also to the crime. And all of it will just come together. Anyway, so she's making an offer to them, or she has already made an offer, a financial offer, so that they can engage in some type of criminal activity or concealing of evidence, corruption.
Damn, bro, this is like, this feels like torture. Let's see.
I actually let y'all say anything on my page for a while, but it's too many people that is paid by or defending Rebecca Schofield, trying to paint me in a negative light. And I don't have time to be doing readings on y'all, so I blocked y'all. No, I'm gonna make private my Twitch videos until I'm 100% sure, because it's look like I'm reading someone with mental illness. So it's an energy of someone feeling like someone is there, like a presence is there. So I could be reading a situation where he felt like there was other people there, like spirits or things of that sort, and not an actual person. So I don't want to mix up what his thoughts were with the wife. So I apologize. I'm not putting nothing else out regarding Twitch until I'm 100% sure of what happened. Because again, it's looking like, feeling like a presence was there, but it could be mental illness, like he thought.
Okay. Who is Rebecca Schofield?
A lot of people have been asking, who is Rebecca Schofield? And I just did a random reading and was spiritually advised that we need to dig deeper into her personality so we can understand her beliefs and who she is, so that we can further understand her motives for the murders.
This was 5 days ago, so we're getting a little closer. I'm sure there's some Rebecca stuff we missed, but this woman, bro, like this woman, look at this shit. Like, this is just non-stop Rebecca. Like, this is insanity, dude.
Also, I know that I'm right, but I cannot expect people to just blindly follow me. Those who know. But those who don't know may need a little help, and it's okay. So I'm going to be looking at the guidelines as it pertains to what is required to get an arrest warrant. What is required to have substantial evidence. What is required to have probable cause. So when we get to know Rebecca Schofield and we get to know more details about the case, I want to meet these requirements. So I'm trying to meet you all halfway. You're asking for evidence. You're asking where it is coming from. And I don't feel like that's wrong of you to ask. This isn't religion where they say, do what I say and don't question me. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to need this evidence. In fact, it's pertinent that we need evidence in the justice system so that less people will be wrongly accused. So anyway, I'm going to meet you halfway and dig deeper and get more information so that we can meet these requirements and get an arrest.
I actually believe you. I definitely agree. Thank you for covering these. Def on board, you're on to something. Thank you for explaining. I fully believe you. If you don't believe, don't comment or follow. I come to your page multiple times a day because I believe you are so on point. And everything you have said is folding exactly like you said. I'm here for it. 100.
Before I begin this Who is Rebecca Schofield series and her motives for the murder of the University of Idaho students, let's just dispel the rumors. No, I do not know Rebecca Schofield. I'm not connected to her in any kind of way. I'm not emotionally tied to her or any of the victims. I'm not connected to anyone. I have no reason to lie on her. No, I did not just see her picture and name on the University of Idaho history page and then automatically feel it was her. This is not a feeling. This is knowledge.
That's what it feels like. That's what it seems like.
I have no feelings about this. I did a reading when I saw Rebecca Schofield on the history department's page on Rebecca Schofield and her connection. I also did readings on some of the other people and their connection to the University of Idaho crimes. What came out on their reading is how they responded to the crimes and how they were feeling about it. What came out in Rebecca Schofield's reading was how she implemented it, how she planned it, and why.
I love your passion.
Before I begin this, Who is Rebecca Schofield, Part 2. So I asked the spirit, how did Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee meet? Rebecca Schofield and Kaylee connected because she needed an advisor. She was about to graduate. She wanted advice on personal growth, the next steps. Also, she needed resolution for anything or anyone that was getting in the way of her ability to graduate. So she went to Rebecca Schofield for advice. So initially they met on an advisor-mentor basis. So then as the relationship progressed, Rebecca Schofield starts dropping cues about her interest in Kaylee, about her books, being primarily about LGBTQ, just planting seeds in her head, just letting her know she's interested in her and also letting her know about her sexuality. During this time period, Rebecca Schofield is in a dreamlike state. She's opened up that passion that she had suppressed for women that was now placed on Kaylee. Who is Rebecca Schofield part 3? So at this point, she's talking to Kaylee about her desire for her, but also her desire for women and how she suppressed those desires because of tradition and societal viewpoints. That she's put out work to change the narrative regarding LGBTQ community, but she was unable to follow her own advice. She tried to lead the world to a better understanding, but refused to follow it in her own heart. She knew she wanted to be a woman. She knew she was lesbian, but she didn't have the heart to live that life out loud. She said that she was so introspective that she lost her connection to her husband and that she needed to focus on her finding her truth and her inner healing. So being with Kaylee will allow herself to navigate this truth. But it would be hard for her to make a drastic change and just to leave her husband to be with Kaylee. So this experiment with Kaylee will help her to walk the middle path and have both. Who is Rebecca Schofield?
So, I mean, she's provided nothing. Like, she's just concocted this shit off the top of her head, or the vibrations, or the spirits, or the cards and shit. There's nothing to prove any of the things that you're saying.
Part 4. So then finally, Rebecca Schofield is clear about what she wants, and she wants to be with Kaylee. She had a deep desire for her. It feels like love, infatuation type love. Initially, the feelings were good, the emotions were good, they were satisfied physically and emotionally. They engaged in activities that brought them both pleasure, and they traveled a little so that they can go places. They went to upscale restaurants. They may have even had luxurious baths together. They indulged themselves, enjoyed each other. There was emotion, empathy, communication, love, passion. And then that's when Rebecca Schofield decided she was going to walk.
There's a lot of people just lost too with whatever, and they listen to people like this, and I guess it's fulfilling, and maybe they need a reading and shit. I cannot stay off your page. I love it. Keep your head up and continue to use the blessing God blessed you with, regardless of what people say. Somebody said, wow, you're a persistent troll. Rebecca, stop. Let's see what else pops up.
Walk in her truth, live in her truth, leave the old way of living and pass behind, leave her husband, move towards a more authentic version of her life, which is to be with a woman. And that woman was Kaylee.
Part 5.
Who is Rebecca Schofield part 5? So at this point in the relationship, Rebecca Schofield is fantasizing about Kaylee and being with Kaylee. She's willing to leave her husband and realign her life to be with a life with Kaylee. So leave one situation into another. She decided she was going to choose herself in a rebellious act of self-love. She was on the cusp of doing this, and it wasn't going to be easy. She would have to mourn leaving that life behind with her husband, but she was embracing this new life that she thought she was going to have with Kaylee.
The spirit box said she only wanted me. The spirit box confirms a lot you say. Check out my...
Kaylee. But here's the thing. Kaylee was not a yes woman. Regardless of Rebecca Schofield being 37 and Kaylee was 21, so over 15 years older than her, she wasn't just going to be told what to do.
She's probably talking to demons. Yeah, if you want to look at it in a religious or biblical way, she's probably... Isn't that... I mean, for the religious people, wasn't there a satanic thing? Kind of like all the tarot card, the magic stuff, whatever all that stuff is? Whatever, whoever she's talking to is not working. It's not it.
Do. They needed to come to an agreement about their relationship, what that looked like, how that operated.
360 Reels,
and
what's
her
up, man?
and Kaylee was not seeing eye to eye. And they both had behaviors that they didn't like. Who is Rebecca Schofield?
Yo, like the last 2 weeks, every day I'm like, all right, today we're gonna take a break. I'm not doing shit today. And somehow like we end up just doing stuff every day. I don't know. So oh yeah, what do we listen to? Do we listen to this?
Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 6. At this point, Kaylee realizes that Rebecca Schofield has cyclical behaviors. 1 minute she's one way, harmonious, love, empathy, emotions, and the next minute she's controlling, possessive, aggressive, assertive. And the controlling behaviors was too much for Kaylee. She felt like it was no way out. She felt like Rebecca Schofield was possessive. Anytime Rebecca Schofield felt uncertain about what was going on with Kaylee and that she wasn't following her constrictions, she would take the initiative to go find what she was doing. So she may have even been the stalker. Her behaviors may have also been triggered by like a lack of stimuli. During this time, Kaylee decides she's just gonna take her space and enjoy her life in her me time, have fun with friends. She's shining on social media, and the whole time Rebecca Schofield is watching. Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 6. At this point, Kaylee realizes that Rebecca.
Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Part 6, 7. Part 7.
Part 7. So Kaylee took a break because she feels like relationships should be fluid and free instead of rigid and controlled. That healthy relationships include time being together, but also time being apart. And that compromise was required and that they needed to find a middle ground. She felt that Rebecca Schofield was emotionally needy and insecure. Kaylee felt like Rebecca Schofield wanted to dominate her and mold her so that she could feel less insecure and more comfortable. So they had a power struggle. So while Kaylee is on the break of the relationship, enjoying her me time, enjoying her friends, Rebecca Schofield is watching her.
She does a lot of cuts. I wonder, is she reading something or she's like every 5 seconds she's cutting?
She feels even more insecure about it. It makes her think that she isn't worthy of love. So these negative thoughts are recurring. Then she decides that it's Kaylee that's making her miserable, and that the relationship wasn't giving her the attention she needed, and they lacked trust. She even thought of Kaylee as being deceptive.
Chapter 65. Oh, man.
I think I've been stuck like this for the last 5 minutes. Like, I get to a point where usually on the cases that I'm working on where I start to feel it, I can feel it now. Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 8. During this breakup,
It's like a stalker, bro.
separation period with her and Kaylee, she was really sad. She did grow to appreciate the people that she had in her life, but she really yearned for that love that her and Kaylee had. So she reached out to Kaylee. She was willing to be flexible. She was willing to release constriction. At this time, Kaylee was still open to hearing from her and was glad that she kept her heart open and they got back together. Here's the thing.
Girl, are you smoking something? You're going to end up in jail for slamming someone like this.
Kaylee was comfortable in her own skin, and she wanted the relationship to be out in the open, and she also wanted them to be faithful. Kaylee just felt like certain things are non-negotiable, but they came to a happy compromise. They met in the middle. At first, Kaylee was telling her to choose, but then ultimately agreed to being flexible. Kaylee felt like she deserved better and that she wasn't going to compromise herself for a relationship. And then, who is Rebecca Schofield?
9.
Sorry, I had to rest, shower, and drink water. Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 9. So at this point, Kaylee tells Rebecca Schofield that she got a new opportunity in another state. So Rebecca Schofield responds by telling her there is no place like home, she shouldn't leave, that she could be flexible and they can be flexible and meet halfway without compromising what's most important, which is her home, that she needs to speak up to them about wanting to remain where she...
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Sorry, I had the rest,
Yeah, that would've
shower,
been a
and she
blessing.
can be flexible, and they can be flexible and meet halfway without compromising what's most important, which is her home. That she needs to speak up to
4
them
days
about
ago.
wanting to remain where she is and make some adjustments to the agreement. That they need her just as much as she needs them, so there's room for negotiation. And that she needed to think long term. So it seemed that the job she had to travel between states, so she could have either been a
Thank you, 360 Reels, for the I'm trying to for the super chat. Yo, Mel, what's better for your Cash App? What's better for you, Cash App or super chat? I guess Cash App is. I need to get it on this phone. It's on my other phone. It's linked to my other phone. Because I had this new number. I haven't linked it yet. But Cash App is better because YouTube takes like 30% or something like that. But thank you, though, man. And thank you for the videos you've made. I appreciate it. 360 Reels. Check out his channel too on YouTube. Cash, thank you for the membership. Says she may have solved it. Michelle, thank you for the membership. David, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey Mel, you gotta get her to call in. Oh my god, that would be good Lord. I'd have to be well rested for that. Janie, thank you for the 8-month membership. Find the dog's reading, please. Dog's reading? Did she do a reading for the dog? Hola. Vida Silas del Misi Ingmong P. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
flight attendant or someone who traveled for work. But even with that, each job has its home base. And then Rebecca said that they are painting a picture of this job that's better than what it is, and that she needs to be able to read between the lines and see what they aren't.
She literally has nothing.
Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 10.
Live your truth.
Haley did not take Rebecca Schofield's advice. She decided to live in the moment, not in the past, and not think too much into the future, focus on the opportunity that was before her. And that's when she broke up with Rebecca Schofield. She said that the relationship wasn't meant to be, that she was done learning the lessons of the experience, that what was hers would never be withheld from her. Like, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was yours. She said that the relationship had obvious red flags from the beginning anyway. And what Rebecca Schofield was asking of her about living in her truth and helping her to find her truth, that no one can do that for her except her. She told Rebecca to speak her truth, proclaim her truth, be willing to be transparent.
Well, the thing with the defamation document, it had said too that she wants a jury. Rebecca, I was gonna say Jennifer. Rebecca wants at least 12 people on the jury. So she's serious.
Be who she really is. Surrender to who
And this woman's gotten at least, I think, two cease and desist.
You are and nothing less. Remove the mask. Don't hold back. Who is?
Oh my gosh. We watch this.
Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 11.
This is like a Twilight.
Has stood her ground.
Twilight
she's
Zone.
taking the job, and she's not going to deal with Rebecca while she's in the closet. Rebecca now has retreated. She realizes the experiment has failed. The experiment was a real life experiment with Kaylee, but also a book. So she didn't have closure in the relationship, and she didn't have closure in the book. But she decided to just step away and just observe from a distance and live her life. She ultimately decided that she's going to stay with her husband, and she's not going to come out of the closet just now. She's going to be patient with herself because she has professional initiatives that she feels like coming out of the closet and being with Kaylee could hinder. She feels like her husband can help her co-create a powerful legacy for herself.
Bro, Hannah. Hannah in the chat says, Mel, if she calls in, make sure you and Rebecca don't have the same color lights. Make the same mistake again.
Her husband had intrinsic value regardless of being a male. Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 12. To reiterate, she decides to stay with her husband so that she can paint a pretty picture of herself on the outside. Remember in the readings before, I just kept saying degradation, dishonor.
This is like all in a day she did all these videos.
She needed to protect her name because coming out of the closet could hinder that, being caught with a student can hinder that, adultery could hinder that, because she was in a pursuit of a position in the university or in some type of government that she needed to keep her record clean in order to secure. This could be regarding the position that she had at the University of Idaho as the chair of the history department. Anyway, it was an op at work. She was reporting directly to somebody who was overbearing, who was micromanaging, messing stuff up, and it could have been some potential treason going on as well. It seems there was some sort of plot to get him taken out of his position and for her to take over. So she could not have any scandals at this time. It would get in the way of her meeting her goals. Who is Rebecca Schofield?
13.
Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 13. Keep in mind that Rebecca has decided to keep her secrets of being a lesbian and also being in a previous relationship with Kaylee, unknown. She does not want anyone to know this. That means not only is she being secretive, but she's keeping an eye on those who know her secret, like Kaylee, to make sure she's being secretive as well. So as a means of self-protection, Rebecca Schofield is keeping an eye on Kaylee and her motives. So back, I explained that Kaylee was trying to empower her to live in her truth and be open.
So this chick, man, just concocted all of this shit out of her head. And I guess you have to just keep up with this shit. It's wild, man. It's wild, though. Like, I just think you could put that energy to something else, or I don't know. Concoct all that shit, yo, and just doing all these videos and like video after video after video, and just part 10, 15, 16. Holy crap.
But instead that this empowered her. She became more cowardly and went back into her shell. So she just wanted to make sure Kaylee wasn't going to do anything to push her or nudge her into living her truth. She just felt like people may not be as understanding as...
Well, let's see. This shit continues on. How far?
Who is Rebecca Schofield?
14.
It potentially took 5 days for Rebecca Schofield from the time she contacted Jack DeCour to November 13th to have the murders completed. So I'm thinking 5 days, began November 9th, executed November 13th. It potentially took 5 days.
Look at this. And people over here tagging what? The FBI really got a page? Manny, thank you so much for the super chat. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Gracias. Bro, I don't know like how much. And she's still going, bro. Still going. Oh.
Who is Rebecca Schofield? Part 16. So at this point, she decided to keep her secret safe that Kaylee had to be dead and that Jack DeCour was going to help her do it. So she meets up with Jack DeCour in an inconspicuous place, maybe like a forest. And she starts talking to him about his dreams. He hasn't been discovered yet. She's going to help him get discovered. But he has to meet her halfway. He has to go to school. He has to be teachable, and he has to be a
part. She's still going on with this story, yo. Like, and look at this. Where are you getting this info from? My brain. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, that's a problem too. It's like giving attention to this, even live streaming this shit. You know, it's kind of like fuck, dude. Like, this chick is.
I don't show y'all the cards usually when I do readings. But watch this poem that somebody tagged me in that Kaylee wrote, and I'm going to tell you.
Let's see.
I'm honestly not a person that would out somebody who was gay. Like, being down low is not an issue. But killing 4 people because you're down low and want to keep it down low is.
Oh, so now she's
flipping. I'm honestly not a person.
Now you're flipping it.
In her plan that she had with the killer is not going to go through. It's not going to work out. I don't mean to stitch my own videos, but this is helping us to understand what's about to happen next. So in the stitch, the question was what Rebecca Schofield is going to do after she see my videos. So we just got out of the part where she said she'd be relieved that people aren't going to be taking me seriously. That's related to the 300 to 400 accounts I just had to block. It was like a smear campaign for them to make me look crazy so that the information I put out will be overlooked. So that part, I blocked them. So that part of the timeline is out, and the next part of the timeline is her and the killer, Jack DeCour, coming together.
Maybe this chick will start coming after me now. Hey, I'm next on the chopping block. Damn, bro. This chick just lost her mind.
To see what they were going
Maybe we can get the heat off of Rebecca.
To do about it? What options do they have?
Dude.
When their next plan doesn't work, that's when they're gonna realize they have run out of options. I feel like that's the part of the timeline we're on. The plan, what to do next, realize they run out of option, and then arrest. In her plan that she had with the killer is not.
I think you're onto something. 100%. We're getting closer, Ashley.
Part 17,
17?
of the Who is Rebecca Schofield series is a major key as well, because it's going to talk about the premeditated plan of the murders and how Jack DeCour and Rebecca Schofield also premeditated sexual activities, which could open the door to a sexual assault charge. As soon as I finish my friend's resume,
Yeah, this chick. Just I don't even know what to. Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Says Kaylee's dad Steve needs to sue this lady too. Yeah, as well as Jack DeCour. But maybe they can put that attorney they got to use. She's slandering all of them, pain and suffering for all parties, possible loss of income for Rebecca. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's good that these people see this because supposedly, I mean, not the family, you know, but like supposedly police said they were going to do some shit when this kind of stuff starts happening. So let's see. Is it going to happen? Are they going to do something? I mean, this is, you know, I guess it's a civil thing, you know, but I knew when they said that wasn't going to do shit. People are not going to stop, you know.
Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour are plotting another crime as
Now she's saying they're working on another crime, bro.
we speak. She sent a coded message to Jack DeCour because she senses that she's in danger. So he went back to pick up his murder weapon because now he needs it. All right, so it's finally, like, I get what's going on now. So she's talking to Jack DeCour about the money problem she's having because she's having problems in her marriage, probably due to all of this information coming out. And so now it's looking like she wants to take revenge. There are going to be some accounts that are going to be closed. It looks like everything is changing, and because of the change, money can be impacted. Remember earlier I was saying how she is unable to keep her promise to Jack DeCour. This could be the reason why she can't keep her promise to him, because trouble in paradise, trouble in marriage, closing of accounts, and things of that sort. Okay, it's clicking, Steven. Somebody is seeing both sides. So I'm putting out the spiritual messages and interpreting it. If they're there, they should be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Somebody is putting two and two together and they don't like what they're getting. Somebody knows, and it's trouble in paradise. All right, so it's.
So she goes on for a while.
I'm sorry, y'all. So the message that I got today was a quick message. I didn't really dig deep into it. I was just trying to hurry up because I have a resume to do. But she could be preparing for a judgment. Maybe she has some type of insider info about what's to happen with the case. Somebody is informing her of things. I feel like she knows something because when she connected with Jack DeCour, or she communicated with Jack DeCour, she told him that not to confess. And she wants them to align, like be on the same, an alliance, so to speak. So she's preparing to close her accounts, take her money out of her accounts, and all of that stuff. Maybe it's not about marriage. Maybe it's about this court documents or some sort of court order that was just executed against her. 2 and 2 is together now. They know what's happening, and something is about to go down. She knows it's about to go down, so she's warning Jack DeCour. At first it seemed like, I'm like, is this about marriage? What is going on? It could be about the case. Sorry, y'all. It was just a quick message. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't think I can look at these reading stuff the same ever again.
What kind of hotel allows a child to check in?
What, me when Rebecca and Jack get arrested?
Having a hard time making an arrest and making progress in the case of the 4 University of Idaho students that were murdered is because they have the wrong team. They need a new team, or they just need to release the people that's holding them back. Sorry, y'all. I had to get some rest and I had to work on another. So I was getting the message that Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour was planning another attack on someone. And so it did seem like, I'm like, are they trying to attack me? Was the question. And I think it was a plan to hurt me, because I had a dream and it was them two speaking, and they were like, she was like, we're going to have to kill her. But of course, I'm not worried about anything like that, because stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But here's my issue. The cards depicted the person that they were going to attack as a pregnant woman. So now I'm sitting here like, do I need to take a pregnancy test? So anyway, Rebecca Schofield and Jack DeCour comes together, and she talks about me and how I'm a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah, I mean, clearly there's something wrong with this woman. You know, I mean.
She asked him to solve the problem of me and my insights and putting it on.
These people are a problem too on the internet, though. They start making up all kinds of shit, coming after people, and then these people believe in them. I don't know if the people in the comments are just as mentally, potentially mentally ill or whatever. I don't know. Just from my observation, my personal, I don't know. Are these people in the comments too mentally ill and stuff? Or do they have mental problems and stuff? Like, what is this shit? Like a congregation of people gathering together?
On social media and getting her caught. She was really upset about the part where I said her marriage is for convenience, and she didn't want no marital problems, so she wanted to get rid of me, saying that what he's going through or what I'm doing is temporary. She's going to get rid of the problem. And she paid him for his previous work for the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, some type of financial compensation. He then takes that, and instead of springing into action to get towards me, he pauses a little bit. He suspends action, and he starts to reflect on those around him and spend time with his family and friends and enjoy what he has. And during that enjoyment period and
this was 8 hours ago she posted that. So this thing's been going on for a while. Like I just heard about this for the first time tonight or morning, whatever if you want to say. Who said Chase? Somebody. I wish we had a Chase. Well, I don't know if I wish that. It is pretty late, but actually it's way past Chase time though. They're not gonna send any media out at this time. Even for Cali,
time of no action, that's when he's gonna be arrested out of the blue.
So here we go.
Also, have y'all noticed that I haven't been sued? So that's why
Bro, this was 8 hours ago. Ooh.
And letters you take serious, especially if you really did do something wrong. But the ones that are used as a scare tactic. Also, have y'all noticed? A lot of people were asking me to check to see what Kaylee, Maddie, and Adam was talking about. Kaylee talked to Adam about her and Rebecca Schofield's experience and the subsequent breakup and how she felt like she had been played and betrayed. She was talking about how she was...
And she's like still going, like, I feel like this was like a several day, I don't even know what the word is, man. Like episode, tirade of just concocting and going on and on and on about this relationship, alleged relationship.
She was trying to encourage Rebecca to live in her truth and also to be spontaneous. She said that Rebecca was supposed to end her marriage. It seems she told Kaylee that she was in a rut, that not only was she experimenting with women.
Until everybody wakes up tomorrow and sees this shit, right? A lot of people probably sleeping.
Women now, like Kaylee. But that her marriage didn't work out because of some other things that was going on, and she just couldn't wait for it to be over. Then she spoke on some energy of somebody giving more than they were receiving and their needs not being met. She felt like she had too much to offer, and she felt like she wasn't getting the whole story regarding Rebecca and her husband. Kaylee was ready to take it to the next level and be open about it, but Rebecca was being apprehensive. I need to do a reading immediately regarding the culture at the university and also Moscow, however you say it, Idaho, because it's a lot of witnesses, but they aren't saying anything. The roommates. Now, Adam, of course, Jack DeCour and Rebecca aren't going to say anything. But why? I need to do... So I asked why the witnesses weren't speaking up about what happened, and I guess this is obvious, but obviously they're afraid of consequences for their actions.
What if she took some videos down?
Many of them are just trying to determine if it's worth the risk, and some of them are just trying not to tell any rumors and only focused on what they believe are the facts. For example, the information Adam received from Kaylee and Maddie, he's not going to report that because he portrays that as a rumor and not actual fact that he can prove. Also, a lot of them are very emotional, not just him, but others who are witnesses, potentially the roommates, are very emotional, worried about how they would be perceived, trying to complete their studies and really just want to go home with their families for break or whatever and complete this semester so that they can feel cozy and safe and warm. And others are just developing an alibi and sticking together. So I asked.
Okay, so let's see.
Okay, so I spoke too soon. This is the case request for filing for a lawsuit against me from Rebecca Schofield. I'm not stopping, so let's just start there. But two, this is giving us information about what her alleged alibi is for the night of the murder, and now I have.
And I noticed, like, again, it's like these people think like you owe them some fucking like they think they're some sort of investigator. They're with law enforcement or FBI, and like as if you owe them your where you live, where you've been, where you at the night of. These random fucking nuts on the internet, as if you owe these crazy nut jobs some sort of explanation, you know, as to what you were doing, and you got to report back to them. Crazy.
I have information about what she's saying her alibi is. I'm going to dig deep into that too. Also, why does she need 3 lawyers for me? 3 lawyers. Why does she need such a big defense team if she's so innocent? Why does she need all of that for me? You can screen.
They gotta go through a lot of videos. Probably they gotta go through all those. Sorry for those lawyers. You do need a team to go through that shit. Because like half of those videos, I even had a hard time absorbing. That shit is just always. I'm just like I'm not even absorbing it, like mentally, like taking in what you're saying. Because at a certain point, I just start tuning this shit out. I'm start looking at the chat and everything. So yeah, you need a team of people to go through those videos and dissect it and break it down piece by piece and try to make sense of something that doesn't make any kind of sense, you know, to present it to a judge and a jury, I guess.
Screenshot this, but this is her complaint and those are her lawyers. You can Google that document.
I mean, they're all in the same, looks like they're in the same office or whatever, the same law firm.
You can Google Schofield versus Gillard or Ashley Gillard, Moscow, Idaho, and it'll pull up. Why does she need 3 lawyers for little O / big O for real, me? Now I'm gonna use my brain to see what's coming from this.
Your what? Your brain?
Okay, so I spoke to my brain to see what's coming from this. I haven't been served yet, but I'm actually gleaming with excitement.
And the thing is, she looks happy.
I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot.
But she looks a little, her eyes a little bit kind of all over the place to Google out and shit. Like, she's probably going to go down the hole with this shit. Now that this is happening, she's going to go, oof, look, imagine how many videos she's going to come out with.
Wait to present my idea.
And what attorney is going to take her on? Like, good luck. Like, oh, you're going to present this shit. Like, here's my TikTok page. Here's all the shit I've been saying.
I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot wait to present my ideas in court regarding Rebecca Schofield.
You're going to, I feel so bad for those people too. And the jury.
In her role in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. How she planned it. How it was her initial idea. How she hijacked the court. How she enticed him and energized him and got him ready to kill his own best friend. Since they have the inability to understand it, I'm glad it can be me. I haven't been served.
But I really admire your courage. This is how she gets arrested. You go, bro. These people are so like God and delusional. You gotta wonder about these people too. This is ace. You go, Ashley. Wow, bro. Well, it's gonna be interesting. Maybe we'll follow this shit if it proceeds. You know, I guess.
Served yet, but I'm actually gleaming with excitement. I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot wait to present my ideas.
She's happy and shit. Finally getting some attention.
People just don't get it. Like, I've been against people, big and small, corporations and giants and systemic policies and racism. And
I knew she was gonna do that shit. As soon as I heard systemic, I was like, oh, here we go. No, you're just being crazy as shit. You know, you're just falsely accusing people, concocting shit in your head.
I've been against people, big and small, corporations and giants and systemic policies
There we
and
go. There we
racism
go.
and won. They all regret coming against me. All of them. Now Rebecca is going to be added to that list of regretful people. People just
Damn,
don't
that
get it.
list
I've
too.
been-
I wonder who's on that list. Who's on that long list of regretful people? You're about to take a massive L. Maybe your cards will help you. This is kind of. I feel like. I mean, I don't take too much time to watch some of the people online that do this kind of stuff, that like tarot cards. But like, I've seen one. I know I've seen one that's kind of whacked out, and she's been kind of going crazy too, asserting crazy stuff with that KR case. So I was just like, I don't know if this is like. I think you may be experiencing psychosis, love. Call a loved one. Yeah, who's her family? Is nobody around her? Nobody like to kind of talk to her? Or maybe it's the people that are around her, all the yes men in her comment section. Because I know if I started wilding out like this, there's be some people telling me, yo, man, like chill, or like whatever. You need to stop this bullshit. You are a bully, not an investigator.
Been against people, big and small, corporations and giants and systemic policies and racism and won. They all regret coming against me. All of them. Now Rebecca is going to be added to that list of regretful people.
So she's probably going to go overtime now to go hard. Let me see if she's posted anything else. Imagine her page was gone. That'd be funny if it was.
A lot of people.
All right, 9 minutes ago, guys. Maybe she's watching. Let me say something. Hi. Need help? I don't know if I'm logged in. Let's see.
People were asking me to check to see what Kaylee, Maddie, and Adam was talking about. Kaylee talked to Adam about her and Rebecca Schofield's experience.
Oh, she's still going. She's still going.
Subsequent breakup and how she felt like she had been played and betrayed. She was talking about.
And like you can tell, like she's covering a caption with another. There's something over here that she's covering up, I guess. An old caption with a new caption, I guess.
How she was trying to encourage Rebecca to live in her truth and also to be spontaneous. She said that Rebecca was supposed to end her marriage. It seems she told Kaylee that she was in a rut, that not only was she experimenting with women now like Kaylee, but that her marriage didn't work out because of some other things that was going on, and she just couldn't wait for it to be over. Then she spoke on some energy of somebody giving more than they were receiving and their needs not being met. She felt like she had too much to offer, and she felt like she wasn't getting the whole story.
So which part is this? 18, 20, 24, 25? Wow, dude.
Regarding Rebecca and her husband. Kaylee was ready to take it to the next level and be open about it, but Rebecca was being apprehensive.
Yeah, these kind of people, yeah, they don't stop, bro. Like they just keep going and going and going. Wow. I don't even know what to think, bro. This shit is just like, wow. Wow, man. Maybe she'll even get in the news. Maybe the news will pick the story up. Who knows? Maybe they'll pick it up and I mean, I don't know. It's too bad for Rebecca, but I hope that if Rebecca's out there, if she's watching, she'll know that a lot of us, at least the common sense people, are not good with just this person just randomly with no kind of evidence, just accusing, just straight out saying, like speaking in absolutes like that, and just coming for this lady. And we skipped a couple, man. We skipped because I just couldn't do it, bro. We skipped a few of these little things here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's like, bro.
A lot of people were asking me to.
She replied, look. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I'm here because of you. I didn't know you had a TikTok. That's funny. Ashley, man, people are gonna pick up on this shit. People are probably gonna pick up on it, and it's probably it's. I don't know. Maybe this chick's gonna get all the attention she wants. Ashley, maybe she's been wanting this kind of attention. I don't know. Um, and this just really just takes away. I mean, right now there's not much going on as far as like to talk about on the Idaho murders. You know, there's just there's not hasn't been like the last couple of days. There hasn't really been much development, which is kind of like, you know, like, I mean, I guess they're making progress, but right now they're still talking about that body cam video, the crazy parts, quote unquote, you know, the crazy party, stuff like that. I've seen some of that video. But I guess it's kind of good to see firsthand what these people are like. Oh, somebody, Joyce Brown, thank you so much for the super thanks. I think Joyce Brown sent me a super thanks on a video. But I guess it's good to see these people firsthand, like how these people start to spiral. I mean, I don't know what else is on her page. And even after the lawsuit, the cease and desist, all that stuff, she's still going. I mean, this chick straight out said.
Brief synopsis of who killed the University of Idaho college students and why. Their murder was ordered by Rebecca Schofield.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I mean, there's just a fountain of information here for these lawyers to work with. Just an endless amount of, you know, hopefully they had the wherewithal, I'm sure, to download all these videos, because you can, and save it. You know, but this, honestly, this is kind of I would think it's kind of easy. I think she put these in little short 1 minute clips. Now you have to go through hours or anything like that. She captioned it for the lawyers too and everything. They don't have to go looking that hard. Everything's captioned for them. And so this chick, it looks like she never got views like this either before. So she's probably seeing these views for the first time ever. She's caught up and excited. Oh, she got 18K here. 11K. Hyperpigmentation. Oh, she even looks different over here. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, on her entire TikTok, you don't see this like you see now with the views and stuff. I don't know if she got sucked into the viewership and the attention and stuff. I think that's what some people, they get caught up like in having to try to stand out. They got to say the craziest shit, you know, like because you know, there's so many people online doing videos, doing live streaming, do all kinds of shit. And so, in order to stick out above everybody else, in order to be different, I guess you got to just make up stuff, I guess. I mean, this is where the views kind of start coming in, is with the Idaho stuff. And she just goes further and further down the hole. But it's pretty crazy. Yeah. And to know there's people out there like this, you know. Sure, you could be dating that person. You could be married to that person. That person could be your mother. That person could be the mother of your kids. Wow. Your teacher, maybe the babysitter. Imagine this person being a babysitter for your kids. Oof. Saying all kinds of shit. She got your kids saying shit about you, probably. Coming home telling shit about you, or your kids trying to report you for some shit that didn't happen. Be putting shit in the kid's head. Damn. The Island Boys. Yeah, man. Anyway, I guess that's it for tonight, man. I'm gonna try to get some rest for a little bit. 4 a.m. So I'm gonna sleep for like 2 hours, like 3 maybe. I don't know. Drop the baby off, and I don't know. I don't know what I gotta do, but I gotta prepare for the stream tomorrow night. But anyway, man, I love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry to Rebecca. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully she'll get this resolved. Maybe get some justice. And maybe people will pick up on this. I don't know. Or at least the lawsuit. You know, maybe they might not deep dive it, but at least the lawsuit. Maybe the media will pick. I'm sure the media tomorrow will probably pick up on it. I'm thinking. I don't know. So, beautiful disaster. Mel, look at the videos making fun of her. There's videos making fun of her? Where? I don't know if people were doing that. Ashley in the Book of Life.
Well, Rebecca Schofield, before I
Another one of her videos earlier this morning, but they got taken down. This woman is on here making baseless, factless claims,
girl.
doxing
Let's
a professor at the University of Idaho, slandering her and saying that she unalived these 4 college students, stating as if it is fact. No alleged, no she might have,
Nothing.
fact. And
like
she
this
has
lady.
provided no factual evidence for it whatsoever, other than claiming the spirits told her because she is a medium or psychic or whatever. If you see this or see any of her videos, know that she is making all this shit up, in my personal opinion. And the shit that she has said and spewed, you're gonna get your ass sued.
Well, Rebecca Schofield, the one who murdered the 4 Idaho college students, see my videos.
Don't try this again. I tried to stitch another one.
So, that's how you do it on TikTok. You got to stitch. So you take like a piece of somebody's video and then you use it.
The reason why they call Jack 10 times the night.
Okay, please, anyone that has like sense about crimes or anything, do not listen to this woman. She is doing nothing but spreading false information around to everyone, saying that this person is the murderer, this is what happened, when no statements have been released whatsoever. She's basically acting like an investigator, and if this actually does infringe on the actual investigation, what she's doing is illegal.
It could mess with it a bit. It seemed like she got a couple people on there that believe her and shit. Like people probably calling the line to, I don't know, report this shit or whatever stuff she's concocting. They're probably calling in about this lady. I wonder how many. I hope they take notes with the calls when they take him in, just so all the BS calls, and maybe they can tie it to who's saying what, and they can tie the calls to those people making shit up. That'd be interesting to find out.
Spreading around false information just so you can get clout from this terrible murder that happened is actually kind of sad. And the fact that you have more videos about this saying that this is what happened, this is who did it, just for clout, is honestly really sad. 4 people lost their lives. Do better.
In her plans that she had with the killer is not going to go. Part where she said she.
This account seems to take pleasure.
Trying to ruin 2 people's lives. So there's a couple of videos. Oh, let's see.
Schofield and Jack DeCour's murder for hire partnership is going to.
Okay, so this is a PSA about what happened at the University of Idaho. Basically, if you haven't watched this video, this woman claims, like it's fact, that Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, who by the way was cleared by police, was hired by a university professor to commit the crime. And I've just been seeing a lot about this where I feel like people forget that there's real people involved. The victims were real people. They had loved ones, they had families, they had people who really cared about them. And I keep even seeing on their Instagram, on victims' Instagram posts and TikToks, people are commenting speculations and accusing people who've been cleared, like the surviving roommates or ex-boyfriends. And just please remember that these were real people and that what happened in Idaho is not clout. It's not something to get you TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, you sound silly. A grown man was trying to talk to a 16-year-old child, and another adult told him that is a child, and he got mad and called her a man because she is dark-skinned.
Huh?
You talking about protection as a masculine thing, so you don't protect yourself?
Oh, this is from a long time ago. I guess they had some sort of beef or something.
Would that make you a man
10,
because
20.
you protect yourself? No, it wouldn't. Protection is not masculine or feminine. It's human. And matter of fact, it's not.
We're not going to go down that road. All right.
So Rebecca Schofield's attorney sent me a demand letter.
This is an example of how crazy or mad the tarot reading people are on the app.
Oh, shit.
So this person is a tarot card reader, and they think that their readings have revealed who killed those 4 students at the University of Idaho. And she's literally accusing a history professor. I don't know how she picked that person and why she's slandering this person's name all over TikTok. I think it's like literally just an example of how crazy the tarot card spiritual TikToking people are.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. She said it.
Like mad. Anyway, defamation of character.
So Rebecca Schofield.
This is an example of.
These are the 2 people who partnered to kill the 4 University college students. Hasn't been rewarded for his actions. Why would you send my videos to her so she can?
Let me get this straight. You get on here making claims and saying that this woman killed people as if it is fact, not stating not any allegedly, nothing in here, stating that she in fact paid off someone that the police has cleared.
All right, well, they got audio in the background too. All right, I guess that's it, man. I should get out of here, but shit, crazy, man, crazy. You guys gotta check out the previous video that I posted. That's a University of Idaho teacher that is being accused by this random person on TikTok of being involved in the murders, and this person's been like stalking and harassing this person from what I can see, what it looks like, making all these posts and all this shit online accusing her of being involved. Well, she accused her of putting doing a hit, and that Jack was involved in the murder too, or some bullshit. I don't know. Del Marie, thank you for the super chat. Says telenovela. Cheeks, 13-month membership. Need her to back away from the Kool-Aid. Nicole Rico, Kaylee's dad, Steve needs to sue. Oh yeah, I got that. Needs to sue this lady too. It was Jack Decor for she's slandering all of them. I know. All right, I'm gonna get a little rest, and I don't know. Tomorrow, I'd like to prep the stream, the giveaway, the $1,000 giveaway stream. So I guess I don't know. I'll prep it in the morning. I'll start looking up videos in the morning. I was supposed to be doing that tonight. So, but yeah, I love you guys. Have a good night. Happy holidays. Be safe. Take care. Don't stress yourself out. Trying to buy gifts for people. People going crazy over that shit. All right. Love you. Bye. Peace. Bloop, bloop, bloop.